People in the future are hearing us.
Yeah.
All right, we're
hot. Near
We're
future.
live. All right. Cool. Mark, you're going to come around.
Well, of course.
George is going to sit awkwardly off screen.
I am.
Is it going to be NPC?
Can you hear George? George, say something.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, you can hear George. He's just like the disembodied voice.
Sound effects. Sound in your head.
All right. So, right, yeah. We're playing Band of Blades for game day. So it's Monolith. I'm looking at this one. It's Monolith's game day, and I somehow managed to convince these fine folks, to play a new RPG, Band of Blades. It's really cool. There's a lot of interesting themes. But yeah, let's jump in. Let's just actually go through who each of us are, so we know, because there's no name tags.
Sure.
So.
I'm Jared. I'm a lead designer here.
I'm Tracy. I'm a production coordinator.
Hi, I'm Mark. I'm the marketing games manager.
I'm Matt. I'm the director of technical art.
I'm Chris. I'm our game data analyst.
Michael. I'm a creative director.
And then over in the corner is George. He just wanted to watch. That's George's bag. All right. So just like a quick overview, because I know that you didn't cram.
I don't
I
cram.
just feel it. Yeah. So Band of Blades is based off of Blades in the Dark, and you've played Blades in the Dark.
And
so
I've played
Michael and Jared have played Blades in the Dark, but nobody else has. So it uses there's some interesting mechanics. We'll get into it as we go. The only thing we've done is you guys picked a horned one, the horned one as our chosen, which actually will set up the initial campaign. There's a couple more things we need to do there before you guys get to actually picking who's going to go out on the campaign. And maybe I should back up so people have some context for what the fuck I'm talking about from a campaign standpoint. All right, so the whole setting in Band of Blades is, if you've ever read The Black Company, basically you were a once great legion that served an emperor many, many years ago. You sort of turned on that emperor, became a mercenary legion, and are usually over like a long period of time, like 800 years or something. You've always been big, 1,000 strong. Like you're a mercenary legion, people use you. You do good. Like, it's sort of mixed. Ish. You do good-ish. About 60 years ago, this sort of demigod showed up and started wreaking havoc. Basically commands the dead. And you guys had held them off, like you guys had contained them for a while, but something happened recently, and you guys lost a huge battle. It's called the Battle of Edinmark. And actually there's a map, but whatever. It's in here, yeah, it's fine. And we're just decimated. So you guys went from a pretty big group to a very small. You are under 100 people of the Legion. And the Legion over time has gone up and down. But you guys got your asses kicked. So this whole story in this whole game is literally about the retreat away from the waves of dead. And how you either survive and manage that with some semblance of humanity, or how
dignity,
or how you completely fail. So that's sort of the Legion. The other sort of big thing about it is that there's not a lot of magic in this world. In fact, there's very little magic. There's guns. So there's a group, the people of Ore. Sort of steampunkish, like really good with mechanical stuff. They've made guns. The gods are very real in this setting, and they, at times of need, create sort of demigods, versions of them. They imbue versions of themselves, parts of themselves, into creatures, humanoid creatures that walk among you.
Just like having kids.
Just sort of, sort of like, but considerably more powerful, and apparently this one with horns. So the Legion has a chosen, has a uber powerful demigod, And like I said, the only thing we've done beforehand is pick which one we're doing. And so we picked the horned one. And she is basically the chosen of a Panyar god. So that's another one. There's sort of 4 groups of people you can choose backgrounds from. Michael's already gone ahead and picked the medic. Michael's like, I'm done talking, we need to play. Just trying to give some. So you guys picked the horn one. They are a embodiment of a forest god. She has horns. We haven't really fleshed her out, so we have to pick 3 things on her. We have to pick her favor. So these are the types of missions that she gets advancement. So you guys actually can advance her over time. Every time she advances, she gets a new ability, and those abilities are really cool things that can help you. Like, it can make one of the abilities that you guys could pick right now is speak with animals. And that literally means everyone within, every specialist within the Legion can talk with animals.
Want that one.
So
my cat asking for food constantly.
Yeah. how it actually works
Why did you call it
is sort of, and that's at an even higher level. This game is a narrative game. Like, there is no tactical board combat like this. Like, there will be no pointing at the table. Everything about this game is to sort of further the story. And so narrative context is very important. And so as we do roles, explaining and walking through and talking about and coming to consensus over narrative context is actually a big deal within this game. So if I tell you a role is you're in a desperate position, but you'll have great effect, we can sort of talk about what that means if you fail the roll, if you get a partial fail on the roll, or if you get a success on the roll. But we'll get to that once we start rolling. So we have to choose a couple things with this chosen. The first one is the type of favor that grants her extra powers. It could be holy, mystic, or wild. And by choosing this, mechanically it doesn't really affect this playthrough. It'll affect a little bit. But it helps sort of choose future missions that are chosen. So holy actually is you're going to do more things around gods. Mystic is more things around sort of magical weird shit. And actually wild is more things around wilderness and sort of that constant struggle between the dead and the living.
Are you locked to do that path once you pick it?
Yeah, like the favor is sort of a thing. Like,
So
obviously
that influences the whole
narrative,
campaign.
it influences the campaigns that you choose to sort of build up your chosen.
It's cool.
I
know what I want.
Well,
I'll just throw it out. I'm super into wild.
yeah, I mean that's where I was leaning.
Resonate with me.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
We've got to have a consensus.
No,
And you're in
I'm not.
consensus.
I think quorum will work. At certain points, overruling is totally fine as long as it's me.
It's like it's you, yeah.
I feel like my character hates the wilderness, but I'm just going to
That's perfect. Like,
Right,
that's even better. Yeah. Actually, I hadn't thought. Yeah,
Not
this is going to be great.
Not going out there.
So we have to pick 2 features out of these: alluring, bestial, fearsome, monstrous, radiant, feral, sinister, or transcendent.
Monsters.
Okay, monstrous. And then one more.
What does transcendent mean in this context?
What does transcendent mean in this context? So, like, transcendent, I would guess would mean, like, in my mind, it could mean aloof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
It
she's
could
concerned
mean
with
like
stuff
I'm
beyond,
more like people.
beyond
What the
us.
fuck?
Right.
I don't care. Or it just could mean I am in very strong contact with the gods. Like, and I there
Yeah.
could be different.
It could be
mechanical
really,
things.
I sort of think in relation of nature transcending and life and death would
Yeah, there
kind
could be
of tie
something
together a lot as well. So I
Mhm.
kind of feel like she's
Now
into
we have-
nature
now we have
and
to do
there's
that.
undead.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
doing it.
Now I have to do it.
No, monstrous is good. I was just saying.
No,
she
she
can
gets to do
transcend
too.
it.
Oh, I
It
see.
is
Monstrous.
she's
Monstrous.
monstrous, transcendent.
It's very circle of life.
We're just worshiping an owl bear. This is
Yeah. Were you not?
What is it? Yeah, you may actually be.
Yeah.
So yeah, she has horns. So it's more like a deer owl.
They look more
Yeah.
like antlers.
Yeah.
So like a
Druid
jackal
Jackal.
But she's a she's a jackal.
Jackal bear.
Jackal.
And then the chosen abilities. So these actually do give some sort of mechanical or story buffs. There's obviously the all specialists can speak to and understand wild beasts, which I know Tracy has already voted for. The other ones are more for later stuff, but they're interesting. She could be a shapeshifter. This gains 1 intel after completing 2 primary missions. That doesn't mean much now, but basically there is a resource management portion of this game that as you go through it, if you don't actually manage your resources, you can lose. This is an RPG, you literally can lose halfway through your campaign. That's not a TPK, which is
Right.
Jared's favorite way.
That's
to
my
make it.
style.
Rocks fall.
It's like
Here's
pandemic in a sense. There's like collaborative decision making, and then there's an actual like
Yeah, so
hard
there's
loss.
it's literally there's the mission portion of the game, which will start here, and then post mission there's this like sort of back at camp. Everybody takes long-term roles, and you do things like I'm the commander, I'm the lore teller, like you do all of the stuff that is the sort of more the quartermaster, more resource manager. Horned God's Bounty. When time passes, if the Legion will advance. If it does, you don't have to spend food. So basically, the narrative there is she's out gathering food, and she places. You wake up every morning. There's like fish.
Nice.
It's like an awesome
Growing
cat.
something.
Yeah.
Like fungus.
She grows mushrooms on her.
Take up my body.
Transcendent.
Yeah.
Trans
Michael
modified. The next one is if there's a Panyar specialist on the recon mission, you get +1 to engagement roll. Doesn't work here because the initial mission, the engagement, you guys are going in, it's going to be risky. But later on, you actually do a roll to figure out, like, as this mission starts, how fucked you are. So that one gives you +1 to those. Legionnaires can spend special armor to resist physical consequences or to push themselves on any prowess action.
I've got drugs for that already.
Yeah, like everybody has the ability to sort of push and to resist stuff. This actually gives you an extra die.
It kind of goes with the transcendent.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, a little bit.
Shapeshift goes with the wild and monstrous.
Yeah, those
but
are the two that.
But it doesn't.
the owlbear
The
is
stat
just-
isn't going to help us, but it's kind of thematic.
Yep. Anointed, so Holy Mystic and Wild missions all grant mission favor. So that means she's just going to level up faster. Great Hunter, the Quartermaster may select a training campaign action. Each specialist may mark 3 insight. So another way for you, so if you look at these, basically your ability tracks, that one allows you to mark 3 insight on a specific mission. So it lets you level up faster.
Just so you see what we're looking at.
And Forest Wings. When you spend religious supply on a mission, squads bring up to 3 animals that can whisper messages to each other into camp. So basically, when you spend supply, you can get pigeons and birds and cows that talk to each other.
Mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes.
Talking cows. Talking cows.
So which one do you guys want to do? And I will do my damnedest to make sure it shows up in this one. I'm looking at you.
You keep looking at me.
Yeah, because we have.
Because I look at Michael and I know Snowy wants to kill things.
Yeah, I think the two that Chris mentioned too, the shape-shifting and the one that helps you push, both sound on theme for us.
Yeah.
If there's a lot of corpses, there's going to be a lot of creatures and critters eating those corpses.
Oh, yeah.
Who would be able to tell us a lot though.
I
That's true.
don't know. Do the creatures eat the dead? Do they eat the zombies?
They'd certainly sniff at them.
Right.
My cats or anything.
Just
go
ask
by.
the maggots inside.
exactly.
the dead.
Are we going to go in the other direction then?
Yeah, I was going
True.
mammalish, but I guess we could go with mosquitoes and maggots.
So, Planner, do you have a lot of corpses in your house that your cats are interacting with?
Not anymore.
Took them longer than you thought to get through them.
You got, so which one? Which one? Shapeshifter?
Shapeshifters.
Gotta be shapeshifter,
I
surely.
like
so
Shapeshifter.
she
I like
can
the one that was like giving us. There was something about giving us armor or something to resist. certain
Yeah,
things.
that's the Horned God's fuse. Basically, it's like it's mystical extra armor.
Getting extra dice for resistance and push rolls is really important in this game.
It is, and this one for those because none of us have played this. This one's structure around harm is actually a lot more hardcore than Blades in the Dark.
Yeah.
It's on purpose. Like people die in this. The whole point of going out on things is that you could be playing an officer. That officer could die. There's always at least 5 rookies with you that you immediately pick up and name.
Red shirts.
And they're red shirts, but they become
They
named.
die. Oh, but they die after the named
Yeah,
character.
but then you name them,
Yeah.
and then they have their own path to becoming, a specialist.
Almost like Nemesis works.
There is interesting. One of the big reasons I really like how this game sort of interacts from that standpoint is it does point to a lot of the mechanics that we have used before. All right, I'll do
the push one thing.
I'll do the armor.
Yeah.
Yep.
All
Ties
right.
in with monsters.
Yeah. All right, so we've done that. Now you guys get to pick characters.
Our
Yeah.
camp
Are we
character.
picking any?
'Cause
of
we-
these?
No. Camp characters will come post.
Oh,
mission.
okay. So we don't do the camp characters.
In the very first one, we're gonna go out on a mission. So everybody needs to pick either a specialist or a rookie. Once we've done that, then we'll pick which rookie squad is actually going out. And there's six named rookie squads, and they all have sort of their different stuff. But the whole point is that they have some sort of cool flavor.
Got it. Cool.
There is the medic, which Michael's already grabbed one of.
A medic, not necessarily the medic.
There's multiple, and that's the thing about the first mission is that you can pick multiple. Later missions have requirements. There are later missions that basically say you have to have a heavy and an officer on this mission. So if you only have one heavy and one officer, those guys are on that mission. Could be the secondary mission, and you can't use them for your primary mission.
And this is a limited pool of characters? Or
Yeah.
That's the idea. Okay.
So they die
So if we use
in
2
the-
medics and they die right away.
Then you
We're done
need
with
to
that.
get a
Medic
rookie.
Oh, they
So
can
you
get
got to
upgraded.
start
They can
upgrading a rookie.
Well, that's kind of like a little
to medics.
XCOM action.
Yeah.
It's 100%
Yeah,
XCOM
right.
action.
Make sure you're bringing some
In
level
fact,
1 guys.
I believe Strauss actually. Oh, yep. There you go. XCOM.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
There's a lot of overlap.
I kind of want to be a rookie. Let's
Yeah,
get someone leveled
I'm
up.
leaning rookie too.
Oh my
dear.
God.
Total party wipe out.
So let me explain. So obviously the medic does medic things. The heavy is basically your DPS, your bullet sponge. Soldier is the hardened rookie, has more experience. Officer, and each of them each have. So the thing to look at is they each have a starting ability. Where is their starting? So in this case, channels is the officer specialist action. For details on it, so the specialist action. So what channels does is it allows the officer to do a flashback and say, no, we brought fucking far-seeing goggles.
We
Right?
prepared for something.
This is a thing, and so you can take a. I think you take a stress to do this, but I'm not sure. We'll have to figure that out.
Puzzle through as we go.
Yeah, but basically, that's what their special. And I think everyone's specialist action is on the back, so you can sort of see what they come with, and then you pick one special ability within the book. So that's the officer specialist action. Sniper, obviously
And the
snipes.
blunderbuss.
The scout is the person who goes and looks and figures out, this is the direction we want to go. They're really good at maneuver. So we've got 2 rookies.
Is that gonna?
No,
is that
not
gonna
at all.
destroy us?
No. Oh my God!
While we're thinking, can we just get an epic "oh yeah" for your tattoo? I didn't fucking see that.
Oh, this
You
one?
should check. That is fucking authentic,
I got
ladies and
dice.
gentlemen.
Nice.
Those are
Oh
from.
my
Those are the
God.
Zanzer's Dungeon.
That-
That's
Can you
box set that I
roll
started
those?
with.
Because that would be really cool.
Oh yeah, like magic tattoo.
What numbers did you pick?
It was actually my wife's birthday
That's really sweet.
because it was. It was the right number of Dice.
You could like a puzzle in an arc, like a dead body. And it's like, I don't know, there's a clue, and then there's a clue one. Like we could use that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not planning on dying.
It's acting, baby.
Yeah, my rookie dies.
So, the platter, I know, picked a medic. He talked about his build this morning in the car. You got a rookie. You've got a rookie.
Rookie.
I already grabbed scout.
You grabbed scouts.
I
I got a sniper.
We have no heavies.
Have you been
Nice.
So
playing
we're
Fire?
gonna have to be agile,
Have you been
kind of.
playing?
Two
have you seen
rookies
Fire
holding
Emblem?
hand.
I just have,
One
there's
heavy.
this
We're the-
awesome sniper
we're
in my
the
Fire
barrier
Emblem
for them to do
game,
their
Bernadette.
cool
So
stuff.
it's going to be hard for me not to
Still
think of you as
Please.
Bernadette.
Please do.
Okay, so the next step is you guys get to
Cool.
flesh.
All right.
You folks get to flesh these fine squad members out.
Nice.
Are there more pencils over there, George, by chance? I think underneath the copious Kleenex boxes, you'll
Yeah.
see a few. Also, pencil sharpener.
Okay.
Oh, there's one.
Or just extras, yeah, just give us all.
Let me see that.
So nice to have a disembodied voice when you need to.
Okay.
Like the producer, the off-screen producer.
Yeah.
Pick a star.
Those are the special abilities, the starting abilities, or are they?
So you're starting. So you have one special ability
That's
that you
what
get
this.
to choose.
That's what this means.
Yeah, pick a starting ability.
So,
The first one by default usually is fine, but obviously you can pick any, and they are flavor, and obviously they'll help.
oh shit, this is some high magic shit right here. One eye. You've replaced an eye with an alchemical construct.
It's less high magic and more just like weird technical bullshit.
Is that
Yeah.
technical bullshit, or is
Yeah.
it just like you just found a globule and made it an eye?
Maybe. Yeah, you tell me.
It's a
making
globule
this
that I made. Yeah,
All
I
right.
found it. I
Yeah.
scavenged
Well,
it on
if
the
you-
battlefield.
It's this box that we're picking from?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
get one of
one
these?
from that box.
Okay.
That's some cool shit.
Ooh, decisions.
Yep. Talk through them.
Yeah, talk to- give the
folks-
people-
Well,
Show.
suggesting first aid. So someone's got level 1 harm, I can obviously heal that. But not today. If someone gets level 4 harm, like they're really on the brink of death, I can bring them back, which just seems more visceral and interesting.
Yeah, minor wounds. Who
Yeah,
cares? Who
yeah.
cares?
I'm gonna go. Not
I'm thinking
today.
gotta make it out alive because I really want to get my rookie level up here.
I love it. What does gotta make it out alive do?
I can take one extra trauma before I die.
Oh, sweet.
Normally, what? I think that's one normal.
Right.
Normally, is that right?
No, you can.
It's all four?
Yeah, it's all four. You basically what happens is as you when you max out stress,
You
you erase stress, you get a trauma,
Oh,
and then we
it
actually
adds
talk about
It adds a
what
trait,
the strong
yeah.
what the trauma is.
Yeah.
And then once you've maxed out your trauma, you're like a walking corpse at that point. Like I like it would be funny to actually
Oh,
max
I
out
see.
trauma.
For the Jack of all trades ability that says increase 2 0 ranked skills to rank 1, is that these?
So the 0 rank skills would be the ones that have the
With
oh
no
my God,
with
with
no
no
marks. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
So it would be no marks on the side are the 0 ranked ones.
And is potency like advantage, extra dice, something like that? If I go akimbo and dueling at close range with 2 pistols, gain potency.
So my assumption is we can look it up. My assumption is potency basically ups your effect.
Okay.
So any die roll has position,
Mm-hmm.
like how shitty or good the position is,
Mm-hmm.
and effect. And so I can tell you, like when you do a die roll, I can say, hey, you're in a risky position,
Mm-hmm.
and if you do this, you'll have a standard effect.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're going up and you're using those 2 pistols, that standard effect, my guess is, I'll look it up, that standard effect becomes a great effect.
All right. I kind of like that.
Yeah. So there are a lot of words in here.
I love it. Let's
That-
work through them.
Yes. Okay. So let's start with prowess. What is that?
Prowess. In what context?
Also take +1.
Oh, prowess.
Yeah.
It's-
It's
Yeah, it's a
okay.
family of
Okay,
skills.
there we
Yeah.
go. So
Sorry, I was like, what?
okay. So okay. There. This is making a little bit more sense then.
Oh, sorry. So I assign my action points around these.
Yep,
So I've got.
but you have to start on the left and then build them up. Or if
Right.
you already have one with 2 ticks, and those ticks are how many dice you roll
I see.
when you're doing one of those things.
Okay, but max starting rating is 2, so if something's already at 2, I can't assign any more to it. Is it?
Oh, that's a good question.
Or amount out. Oh yeah,
Yeah, you
research.
do.
Yeah, I'm limited there. Okay, so I'm going to assign 2 more.
Where do you get your action?
Yeah, you're already pretty likely to succeed with 2 dice because you just
That's
need
what
to
you
get
said.
at least one,
Okay, right.
Assign 4 more action.
Okay.
4, 5, or 6 on
Oh,
2
okay.
dice. So you're
Oh.
already better than 50%.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Pick a
Doctor.
heritage, choose a name, 2 traits, and a detail. Sweet.
Actually, what was your? Did you pick the?
I picked-
You picked Magic Eye,
I picked a Kimbo. Magic
Okay.
Eye looked really cool too, though.
but you picked a Kimbo.
Like, because
Okay. I love it.
2 guns,
I love it.
band of bandoliers.
Band of Bandoliers. Tracy,
I'm picking infiltrator.
what is that?
When you gather info through clandestine observation or attempt to bypass traps and security measures, gain potency.
Okay, nice. And you picked.
I went Jack of all trades to get some points in rig and scout.
Okay.
I'm starting to think of this sort of scroungy little recruit who's off in the background somewhere.
I love it. just like wiring random shit up.
Yeah.
Like, I've got this. I made a thing, and you're like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
So then what-
Yeah. It explodes. You should throw it.
So what do we do with these?
So on the front,
Uh-huh.
it'll tell you assign how many some action points.
Okay.
So you can assign 4 more action points within those groups, and
Okay.
those groups. Oh, I should have one in front of me so I can do it. Insight is things like building stuff, searching stuff out. Obviously, research. Prowess is moving, shooting, fighting, breaking shit, and resolve is like working through stuff.
Okay.
So consort is working with somebody to be like, we should go do this thing. Roll a fucking consort roll because I don't want to do it. Right? Discipline. So basically screaming orders at folks, that type of thing. Marshall, moving big groups around. And sway, talking to somebody.
Am I reading this? So when we pick our heritage,
Yeah, heritage.
so I'm looking at the Panyar, and their names are color mark deed.
Yeah,
Am I
and you
supposed
can
to-
pick so you pick one from each group.
And
That's
it's
cool.
so like a name might be Blue Charging Gale.
Yes.
Is a Panyar name.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's 4 heritages, and they sort of very quickly on these sheets list out what they're like. Bartons, warm, pious, stoic, and educated. The Orite, noble, connected, vengeful, and stern. And it's interesting. The Orite all have titles. They're basically all like Countessa. Like they all have like very. They're very haughty. Panyar. One of the other things when you pick Panyar is you have to pick a tell.
A tell.
Yeah. So
Okay.
like a lot of times Panyar will have like leopard spots or furry ears.
I do have furry ears.
You know me so
Not
well.
you.
Oh.
The player,
But
the
yeah,
player
like-
must.
Yeah. So they have tells.
This is more than a game.
And
Transcends the game world.
Right.
the Zemyati, I described them as like Finnish, basically northeastern European, tough, hearty.
I'm a Zemyati.
Are you Zemyati?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Your names are gonna be fucking ridiculous to pronounce, so pick a good one.
No, it's fine. It's like a patronym.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
Adramir.
I'm Melislav. That's easy.
How's your Russian
But then my
accent?
last name is Gabriorovich.
Nice.
Don't mess up.
Did you go?
Gabby. You right, Gabby?
Yeah. Did you go all right?
Yes, yeah. I'm von Elric Martin.
Nice.
I went all right as well. I'm the Landgrave Albra.
All right.
See, I believe we've seen each other at balls when we were killing.
So we got a all right. That
All
it?
right.
What was it? What was your name again?
Von Elric Martin,
Von Elric.
doomed albino dentist.
Malislav.
You were a rookie?
Ridyovorich. Got actually mastered.
And you were
this at some point.
Zemyati?
Yeah.
Malislav.
Ridyorovich.
You were a sniper.
Correct.
And
More of a skirmisher.
You were
Landgrave Obra.
all right sniper.
Correct.
Landgrave. What was the
Landgrave Albra.
Elbra?
Mm-hmm.
My family farmed mountain yaks.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I have another question.
Yeah.
What is rig?
Rig is your building shit.
Oh. Okay.
You tell me what that is.
Okay.
Sometimes when you're building stuff, you could be building a small thing that spreads a
Oh,
trap.
there's
Or you can
definitions.
disable
Oh,
too,
perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pick a lock.
And you have a special one. All the specialists
Yeah.
have one that other people don't have, so yours
Yeah.
is scrounge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so I am a specialist. It was like it's grayed out, so I wasn't sure if I could. Scrounge I have up here under insight already.
Yeah, but other people don't.
Oh.
Every specialist has a thing in this list that other characters don't have.
Oh.
Okay.
Yep.
So I think yours is aim as the sniper.
It is.
Yeah. And I
Neat.
have that.
I did my homework.
That's
Mine
okay.
is
Well,
doctor
at least-
as the doctor.
If two of us have done our homework, that means everyone.
Everybody.
It's a covered roll.
It's-
we don't all have to pass our stealth check.
The tide. It rises all ships.
Okay.
Tracy,
Right.
what was your? Oh, you haven't picked.
I haven't picked a name yet, but I guess I'm gonna be a Panyar.
All right, so you're a Panyar Scout.
So- Yep.
Oh, so you get to pick a fucking awesome
I
name.
get to pick color
Any
names.
color.
Red shifting wind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Red. Great.
I'm also a Panyar. I'm a Panyar recruit, or rookie. And my name is Gray Dashing Shadow.
Gray dashing shadow.
Dash for short.
All right.
yeah.
Keep forgetting your name.
It's easy.
So,
Hey George, here's the rest of the squad.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
may
yeah.
be a time where we get to
Ooh.
fill in names for squad members because people have died.
Can I make up the names then?
Yeah, you totally. In fact, make up the names now. I'm not.
Just get to sit and make characters.
To be fair, like I am not interested in killing folks, but I am interested in really cool stories. So, and sometimes
all the
people
Panyar-
die in really cool
If
stories.
all the Panyars die, then I'll make a Panyar.
Yeah. All right.
Keep it
We only have what? We only have 2 Panyars.
2 alright and a...
Two
I feel like
warriors.
George just marked us for
Make
death.
sure.
That's
I just like the
fine.
names. Just want to keep them going.
They are definitely the best names.
Okay,
out
while
of
you
all
guys are
these.
filling stuff out, there are 6 squads. There are the Ember Wolves, the Shattered Lions, the Grinning Ravens, the Ghost Owls, the Star Vipers, and the Silver Stags. Each of them has some sort of background, but it's not really mechanically relevant. It is roleplay relevant. So the Shattered Lions were the initial squad for under the Emperor. They were called the Lions. They apparently got their ass kicked enough times that they're now Shattered Lions. But they're still like, we're the Lions. We're badass.
Yeah.
The Ghost Owl. Oh man, I gotta look these things up. Ghost Owls are the ones who do a lot of sort of mystic type of stuff. They're like the magic. I'm pretty sure that I'll just fucking find it. I'll stop trying to remember. 128.
So these are squads all within our legion. So
Yes, yeah.
Are we
One squad
all-
is going out
Yeah.
on this mission,
Yeah,
but the other 5 are either back at camp
yeah.
or they're
Okay.
out on their
Were
own
these?
mission.
Did these used to be like whole companies?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
this is
so
the
like,
decimated
now,
legion
like
now.
there
Yeah.
used to be like there is like the 51st Grinning Raven.
It sounds
right?
like they have like regimental.
Yeah,
like
but,
a
like,
regimental history.
now there's only one.
I see what happened to the
Now
other
they're a
50.
squad.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, technically, what happened to the other 250?
Right.
Because each squad has 50 people in it. So like, what happened to them is that they're now chasing you as
This is
zombies.
undead. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Ember Wolves.
Never liked them anyway.
Yeah. You tried to save a couple.
Interrupt.
Didn't
I have
yeah.
another question. What are supplies? How much do we need supplies? Like I see, it says it's food. It's rations.
Right. So
like,
supplies will come around during the sort of resource management portion of the game.
So is it important that somebody has some?
You will have some,
Okay.
and there's ways to manage it, and we'll get to that when we do the next stage.
Okay.
But like the quartermaster is the person who deals with all of the supplies and will hand things out or
Okay.
not hand things out or do long-term projects to make more things.
Mhm.
So you as a specialist aren't super responsible for that type of stuff, but if you pick that will help, later on down the road.
And is just like Blades in the Dark, is load still a per mission choice? It's
Yes.
not a character choice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's on
okay.
each time you leave camp.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
pick
So
your
one of the
load.
things we'll do before we get into this mission is we literally will pick our load.
Okay.
So the Ember Wolves, they were the vanguard of the Legion. They're the first unit sent into battle as shock troops. The Grinning Ravens are the backbone of the Legion, and traditionally the most numerous squad. The Ravens are a second wave. They sort of come in and hold the fort. Star Vipers. The Legion has tangled with great beasts, fought alongside multiple chosen, and faced incredible odds throughout the years. The Vipers are the ones who test and use strange alchemy and new weapons.
Ooh.
Star Vipers.
Shattered Lions, they're the elite unit of the Legion who've been shattered. The Ghost Owls, when the Legion needs problems dealt with quickly and quietly. Oh, that's the Owls. They're traditionally stocked with Legionnaires experienced as special operatives or trained in infiltration and extraction.
Could be the Ghost Owlbears.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe they can transform their
with
into the
Upgrade.
Silver Stags formed less than 100 years ago. The Silver Stags have become the Legion's rear guard. The squad was commissioned after a handful of Legionnaires held the town against a vastly superior force. So you should pick which squad the rookies are from.
It's just what the rookies are from?
Yeah, so these are the rookies they're rookie squads.
I was leaning Ravens or Stags from those descriptions. But I'll go with whatever.
I went with kind of like a maneuverable.
It doesn't individually,
Doesn't
this is more like from a role-playing standpoint.
Right.
If like over time it's like you keep sending the lions on stuff, this seems weird. It's like, well, they're the badasses, and you're like, no,
Sure.
I'm a badass, right?
Gotcha.
No love for the Star Vipers.
Not for Dash.
We're just operating on a more refined, regal, toxic level.
They opened for my sister's
The Star Vipers.
Oh, yeah.
the Star Vipers. They were awesome.
Yeah,
They
that's
had a
that's
really
my Rush
good
cover
cover.
band.
Right, which is the exact song of Africa.
Right. Yeah.
All right. It's up to you then, I guess. Is
I
that
might do
No,
Silver
I mean,
Stags. That matches the horns too.
It's
Yeah.
it's
The
whatever.
rear guard
Star
thing.
Vipers have?
The thing is like on each of the sort of subsequent sort of missions, you'll probably pick different ones.
We might if we're making new recruits for another mission, we probably pick a different group that they're from.
Yep,
Right.
Yep. If recruits die, like at a certain point, like there's in the actual play that that Strauss is running, they've had to merge squads.
Oh, because there's like
'cause people
two
die.
people left alive
Yeah,
and two
or
of them.
one person's left alive, and they're like, I have no squad.
We're gonna
Like,
transfer
should
you.
Go over there, maybe. You're like, well, these guys suck. They should come to me. It's like, no. Like the free play role playing stuff back at camp is really interesting because of how these things are set up.
So are we going Silver Stags?
That's what I was thinking.
All right,
let's do
Silver
it.
Stags. You guys are
The rear guard, desperate, surviving. It
Stags.
matches your scrappy.
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
thing.
Yeah. This is
also,
like our
also my gotta survive at all odds.
Yeah.
Set up here.
So you're the scout.
Yep.
You got the medic, sniper,
Yeah.
rookie. Oh, you don't need this. I'm just trying to make sure I get everything. All right, sweet. So I think we have everything, and if we don't, pick your loads.
now it's time.
Oh, for this.
Yeah, let
mission?
me explain the mission
Okay.
before you
Yes.
guys pick your loads. So the each of the chosen has a starting mission. Your starting mission. So basically, the Legion got its ass kicked. They're running, and they're literally running towards Skydagger Keep, and that's sort of this whole campaign is them moving into Aldermark, which is this new sort of land that most of you guys, in fact, none of you guys are from. The majority of the Legion crossed at a river south of you folks. Basically, it was the Legion itself was sort of broken up. There was a caravan of Blackshot that was supposed to cross the river with them and never made it. And you guys should know Blackshot, especially the sniper should know this. Blackshot is a special ammunition load that deals has extra potency against undead. So you can take out with a single shot an undead with Blackshot. It's a big deal. It's from a resource management standpoint, the quartermaster will probably only dole it out in very small bits. However, a big chunk of the Legion's Blackshot never made it into the retreating lines of the Legion.
So we don't know where it is.
You
Still
have
exists,
a general idea. So you have a general sort of place or area. Do you have so this is where we're going to need to bring up maps.
Yes. Did you put the map in there?
I totally did. I believe it is map 01.
Yeah.
You have a general idea of where it is. It is on the other side of the river. Your job,
See map 01.
is to go and if. Yep.
Whoa!
What?
Oh, wow.
Nothing but the finest
So
technical.
you guys are on the right hand side. The general scouts that have come back, they report that the caravan was moving south. There was a small hamlet that it was going to stop and resupply at. They don't know if it ever made it to that hamlet. The Horned One and you folks are going to go figure out where that Blackshot is. And the whole point of this is to get as much of it as possible across the river. So, you start this mission in a risky position. So we're not going to do you can keep that up if you want, because I sort of want to know where you guys approach from, and I can explain. It's pretty heavily forested around the river. There's some plateaus sort of moving just into swampland, so the brown portion is more swampy stuff around the river. Green is obviously forest. And the sort of squares are the general area of where the hamlet is. This was quickly drawn by someone who was like, yeah, we were up there.
Oh, I thought it was you.
I did quickly draw it, but a different scout.
Our scouts
This is
brought-
actually a hand-drawn map.
Right here. That's very authentic.
Yeah,
Our
it's
scouts
like-
bring colored pencils with them.
Yeah, totally they did. Where's my green? Fuck.
I used like 7 different greens.
You did right. Scouts are
This was Sunday afternoon fun time.
Yeah.
I had to borrow all the greens from Isabella, my 10-year-old. Thanks for using the greens.
Thank you, Isabella.
So, you're starting risky. I'm not going to make you sort of slog all the way through, but you're now in the area. Tell me where you start. Do you start within... Should we start within the forest? Should we start up on the plateau, sort of overlooking the area?
Is that like topographical cliff line
Sort
on
of,
the east
yeah.
side? That's higher on the far east?
Yeah.
Okay.
The east and the south are a little bit...
Let's start up on there so we can kind of
Yeah.
try to survey.
Yeah.
That's what I was
What we
thinking.
see.
too.
Okay. It's pretty stormy. It's shitty. Recently, again, you had a lot of folks die. No one's super happy. Your chosen, the Horned One, she has been moving with you guys through this, but at a certain point, she takes off. She just moves out into the forest and starts heading in the general direction of the where that hamlet is. She doesn't say anything at all, and as she takes off, she literally transforms into a giant fucking bear.
Oh.
and just starts moving. But
Bear with a beak.
you can't tell it's dark.
Okay.
But you know what?
That's a
Good.
plot twist. For
Maybe she has a beak.
Okay.
Yeah. She definitely still has her horns.
Yep.
So why not? She also has a beak. The hippo bear thing.
Owl bear.
Owl bear.
Do we talk to her? She's like some weird, like, Fae removed thing. We don't.
You can certainly try to
creep out.
talk to her.
Out. Yeah.
Like she's tiny. Like normally when
she's
she's walking,
tiny.
like she's like 5'3".
Oh wow! I'm
I
sort of
thought-
visualizing
yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
the knights who
she's-
say "ni."
Yeah, right.
No,
Totally.
she's 5'3", but when you look at her, you can just tell like there's just wildness in her eyes. You can try to talk to her, but at this point she is focused.
Okay.
And she basically, and the monstrous portion, so as we picked monstrous, that really comes out in her shape-shifting. So she is 2 times larger than any bear you have ever seen. And this is, for some of you, this is the first time you've seen her transform.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, holy fuck. Right, this thing is, it's the size of she's the size of a Hummer. And she starts hauling ass. She makes no sound.
So I'm gonna start to follow her and then turn and look at all of you. Like, we do?
We do. Oh, there's one other thing.
Yeah.
Like, one of you commands this squad.
Oh yeah, not me.
So it's not the rookies. One of the specialists commands the squad, and really what that comes down to is that often a rookie will be like, "Help, let's go."
Yeah. Yep.
And the person commanding the squad could be like, "Yeah, I guess," and we will talk. Like the whole point is sort of like what fictionally how do we want to run this from a fictional standpoint? So you 3 have to figure out which one of you is commanding the squad.
Oh, the squad?
Yep. And it'll change. It's not, you're not the permanent commander.
Well,
Every mission,
Yeah.
a new commander will be chosen. And normally who chooses it is the marshal. So when you pick a mission and push it out, the marshal's like, scout's the commander.
What was your rank as a?
I was actually.
He's going to use alright rank.
Yeah, of course.
Because Trace is like, I'm not doing it.
How else would you do it? Yes, I assumed that the red is outranked by those of stature.
Oh my god.
Station.
Oh, really?
Well, I find upbringing. I would only assume rank.
Maybe
goes
I
to
should
I'm
be the
enough of a-
commander for this mission.
one of the housed. And what is your rank there?
I barely would even condescend to give orders to any of you if you're not lying on the ground groaning.
It is a sundry mantle, but perhaps I will assume it if I.
We can arm wrestle for it.
Oh no, I would not. I would never deign to do that. Reg, do
We
you
could flip a coin for it if that's more your style.
games of chance? I'm used to shooting coins out of the air, but flipping will do.
Low, high. You
That's
guys have
fair.
flipped. You guys have
It's
flipped
my,
a coin.
it's my loaded dice.
Right. Yeah. So your sniper
Mm-hmm.
is the commander.
Yep.
Landgrave Albra.
Landgrave Albra. Correct.
All right.
So
You're chosen. Just fucking hauled ass into the woods as a giant Hummer-sized owl bear,
Going straight for the
making
hammer.
no noise,
Mhm.
going basically west and north.
Landgrave, that's your title.
Yes,
Land-
Landgrave Albra.
Landgrave, Sir Landgrave, Landgrave,
Yes.
person. Should we stay with the god who
Oh,
keeps
I
us
believe
alive?
so. Wherever she goes, we will follow,
Okay.
and death will follow with her.
I'm probably already following.
And also, yeah, that's what I said. Exactly. After them.
Okay, so you guys head down. She crosses the river pretty easily, and at that point, you realize there's no following her. Like you'll make it across the river. That's fine. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, and in the back of your minds, you're thinking, "How the fuck are we gonna get a bunch of crates of stuff across?" Because it's been raining a lot. This river it's not slow, lazy river town. And in the middle, it's deep.
Yeah.
It's 10, 12 feet deep.
And she's just like
How wide is the river?
At the smallest place where you guys can currently see, probably like 40, 50 feet. So it's not super wide, but that's one of the reasons that it's really really fast.
So riding the bear is out then.
The bear is already across.
The bear has left the station.
Your chosen has chosen a path.
Yeah.
And apparently it wasn't next to you guys.
or in consideration of it.
So you guys make it across the river.
Okay.
But as you're sort of drying off, like the general sense is, oh, this is going to be a pain in the ass.
To get the black powder back
Yeah,
across.
even if we get to the black powder.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say you made it across the river, sort of just west of where the hamlet is. So you're in that forest,
Okay.
and she just disappeared into that forest.
Top right.
Just
quadrant.
east.
This is
Eastern,
not, or just
right?
just
East,
east.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is not to
Top right
scale,
quadrant.
by the way. This is just a general sort of layout.
Isn't it?
No, it's not.
Harder than it looks,
I just
isn't it?
wanted to draw shit.
Yeah. I hear you. All right.
So you guys are sort of deep in the forest, heading west.
Well, then, squad, we're in the forest. I say we know that we can count on the chosen to cause a ruckus when she actually engages the enemy.
Yeah,
Do we-
your general feeling is she's not out just doing random shit. Like she is fully supporting you guys and trying to just take out things.
She's done this before.
Yeah, like she has gone out with squads before, and you know tales of her, taking on some of the elite or the named. Like she goes and she'll wreck shit, or she'll go and break stuff down, so it's easy for you guys to path. So the general feeling you are right is we should go in her direction.
But then strike somewhere else. It's like she's going to draw a certain amount of attention to her.
She
So
could,
we can
yeah.
strike from a different
Yeah.
location.
Do we
Yeah.
even know there's enemy?
Yeah, do we see the undead here?
Undead or anything?
So not really in the forest. Like as far as you guys can tell, and we could start rolling for like insight or some sort of. I guess it would be scout, right?
Yeah, scouting.
Mhm.
Yeah, we could do a roll for scout to just sort of get a general lay of the land. If you want to do that,
I can do that.
let's do it.
Is there an aid roll?
So
Or is it
no, I mean you
tools?
guys could aid. There's like it's controlled and the effect is standard. Like there's no damage that's gonna happen, but the amount of data you get will sort of determine.
So this might be a good time to sort of talk about the core mechanic of this,
Right.
right? So
Yeah.
you're going to roll a number of dice equal to your appropriate skill.
Right.
There's ways to get more dice. The three basic ways to add to your pool are you can push, which just adds a die, but you take 2 stress. You're just working harder, and stress is like a mitigator for harm. So taking stress all the time might be a bad idea,
Yep.
but it's a resource, so you can spend it. Another person can help you.
By taking a stress,
They take 1 stress, you get 1
you
die.
get a die. Mechanically, that's how it works. I'm gonna make you explain.
Right.
From a story standpoint, like if Michael and Medic were to help you scout, he would have to say like, "Oh, this is what I'm doing." Knowing Michael and his character, I very much doubt he's going to help.
And the third way is to make a devil's bargain.
Right.
And devil's bargains are more again.
Those are brutal.
You really have to get creative with like how you describe them, and other players can suggest them. But it usually means like
Well, here, this is the list straight out of
Yeah.
the book. So collateral damage. So if you fail, you get unintended harm. Sacrifice or destroy one of your items. Oh, we didn't do loadout.
I marked it when you.
I kind of, yeah.
Oh,
I just
can
did
you
it.
guys all tell? You're normal.
I picked normal, but I have this trait where I am fast and quiet
Yep.
with a normal load.
No, awesome.
Ditto and ditto.
Where?
Yeah.
I didn't see the.
In your
Load.
I was
Where
going
did that
normal.
go? There it is.
And what? Load.
Light.
You're light.
What is
Well,
it?
I figured we might have needed to carry some
Alright.
stuff
5
back.
pistols or fine long rifle gun. I'm going to go with light.
So all
as
of
well.
these plus these is what you.
Well, actually, you know what? We're going heavy.
You're a heavy sniper.
Yeah, well, yeah, 2 fine pistols.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, you know it. They're large hand cannons.
So you have the 2 very fine pistols.
Yeah.
So because they're fine, they give you an extra effect. That's what fine does versus normal. So when I tell you something is risky standard, your effect now is risky. Your effect now is great. So you'll do 1 extra clock, click, or harm.
right. And then do we pick 2 of the utility ones as well, or no?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Yep.
do. Okay.
Yep.
So-
That's part of your load.
Oh, interesting. That's 1 time ammo? Is that if I don't pick two? I don't shoot.
Yeah.
So I pick two shots.
Do you not get ammo
Pow
with your
pow.
loadout?
I would think
You
you
get
do.
ammo with your, you could get ammo with your
Yeah,
loadout.
you do.
You
Oh,
have
you get-
you
This
have
is
all
extra
that.
ammo.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you get all of
You
these.
picked heavy, so you have this
Oh,
entire
look at
set
that.
of shit.
Including this shit.
Yeah.
And so I'm just gonna mark that off as I use it.
Yep.
Oh, I did.
You could do more if you want, or you could do some other. You could have a dagger.
I do feel like I'm gonna be doing a lot of shooting. Winter clothing, because you never know. What is the season?
Rainy.
Sweet. Sweet.
I've got a
Some-
large yak coat.
Yes. Nice.
A reliquary.
For
Is
here.
that, does
So
it have
re-
any
So
powers against the undead?
reliquary reduces corruption.
Okay.
So if you get corrupted, you get bitten by an undead, or some corrupted weapon strikes you. Corruption is another track. And then as you fill up the corruption track, you get a blight, and blights are fucking horrendous. And you get eyes coming out of your
turning into a
shoulder. You
mutant.
Okay.
start turning into a zombie.
Okay, so I got a reliquary of the
Yes.
ashes of my family.
Usually reliquaries are bits of chosen. So there's been centuries and centuries of chosen, and over time they're like saints.
Yep.
So over time, like it's
Does
like
this
the
mean-
finger bone of a chosen. I've got the eyelash of a chosen. A lot of the crazy monsters that are around, literally are, oh, this deer ate the pelvic bone of a chosen and is now like crazy, insane deer.
That was my family. We used to tour through the mountains singing as a collective family. I was the little one. And then when they all got burned, the ashes were mixed.
Does this mean it takes two though, or you can get it twice?
You can have two of them.
Okay.
Yep, you can bring two of them.
And a book.
You have a book that will help with research.
Books and scrolls.
Books and scrolls. So yeah, so that's rolling.
Yeah.
And then I will set, one of the things I get to do in this rule set is I set position and effect. Your
Okay.
position is controlled. There's no stress, nothing going on, and your effect is just going to be standard.
Okay. So, I have Infiltrator, which is when I gather info through clandestine observation, I gain potency.
Okay.
Is that
So that will change your effect to
Okay.
great.
great?
Yep.
What is it?
So then, yeah, what's your scout?
My scout is 2,
Right.
so I have 2 dice.
Yeah, unless somebody wants to help.
I'd help.
You want to take a stress to
Oh
help?
no, that's too stressful. No.
I don't.
See how it is.
I'm more of a coordinator than
Than a
a
helper.
lead from the front.
From a before you roll, what are you trying to do?
I want to see what
You guys had talked about whether
what
there's
the
undead
Chosen
around.
is doing.
Okay.
So, I want to see where she's gone,
Yeah.
if possible, and if she's in like Hamlet, sort of ascertain what the status is. Of
Can we
stuff
ask
in
the
there.
animals around in regard to that? Is that an
Did you guys,
ability
you
we
guys
all
didn't
have?
take that long?
No, we got.
Oh, we didn't.
I thought we picked
No,
animals.
you guys
No,
just
we
picked a
cows.
shapeshifter. That's
We
why
took
she's a
owls.
giant
Right,
fucking
right.
Oh,
right.
right.
Owl bear.
I couldn't remember all of the different categories of things
Yeah.
we were
But what was the
choosing
other
for
one?
her, so I thought we had like both.
Yeah,
The other one
Yeah.
just sounded about dice or some nonsense, which sounded way less cool. Than
Yeah. So she's a shapeshifter.
All right.
Anyway, I'm gonna go
Yes.
sneaking. Well, that could have been better.
Actually, yeah, it could have been.
A 4.
It's not a 4.
It's a 3.
It is
Oh.
a 3.
It's the
highest.
it's the single highest.
That's why, like, when you roll
Ah,
4,
advantage.
you'll always take the
Yeah.
single highest.
Yep.
So in that case,
That
I
would
just
have
got
been
I just
success.
got a crit.
Yeah,
Right.
way to show me up.
That will never
That way you're
happen
dead.
when I need it. Yeah, so you got nothing. Basically, in this scenario, because you had great and you're in controlled, you now can you can do it again, but it no longer will be great. It'll now just be a sort of a standard.
No, it's better
outcome.
than nothing.
Right?
Could I
Yeah.
seeing her like walk in circles or through the woods? Could I like run up and be like, Red, maybe you want to show me the ropes? I can like look in one way when you're looking one way.
Yeah.
I could start training
Sure.
as a scout, and I could
Help me out.
take a stress
Be
to
stressed.
aid her. Yeah.
It's a little bit stressful.
Yeah, stress is my
Because she's
natural
been
state.
wandering around for a bit.
So now you
I'm stressed.
so now you get 3 dice.
You get
Yay!
All right, so that's a
Okay.
success.
Yeah.
And it's not a full sort of complete. A 6 would be a full complete success. So I'll give you some partial data. You actually, as you're walking around, you basically stumble across what looks like a villager that's been eviscerated by a very large bear.
Bear.
Okay.
Oh, who could have done this?
And in fact, there's 3 of them.
3
And
villagers.
it's fresh and it's blood.
Okay.
And yeah, clearly she has been this way. And there are people in the woods.
Yeah. Is this something that she does? You like typically just like murder?
You have
Murder people?
never known her to kill people.
Do they look like innocent people, or did they look like maybe they were
Do you?
dead
Can I
before she
investigate
killed them?
investigate their bodies?
Yeah. So what is?
Are we all together? Is
In
In
that,
fact, it's. I'll just tell you. Like, well, actually, no, I won't, because it's sort of important.
yeah.
Yeah,
research.
roll for it. See if you find any weird
I
shit.
have 2 of the big ones.
Sure. Those are Vegas dice right
Do
there.
the undead normally look totally different?
Yeah,
than
the
humans?
undead these,
obviously.
like there's real blood
Type of
coming out of these folks.
Oh, okay.
But are they liable to become undead if we leave them lying here?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so probably
All
4.
right. Yeah. So, I'll give you a complication here. You can. So this is the next step. You can resist this. So as you're checking the first body, your hand goes across their back, and it burns a little bit. So then you're like like this. Take 1 corruption, or you could resist. So you can basically trade that corruption for a stress. And obviously one track is longer than the other track, and there's ways to get rid of stress that aren't reliquaries. But you've turned her. You turned this villager over, and the villager has this sort of burning hex mark on their back. You guys have never seen it before, but obviously it's no bueno. Like, it just burnt your hand, and now there's like little black marks on your hand from a
So
corruption
they can
standpoint.
take a so
So you can basically take a stress to reduce the effect. So you could take a stress and be like, no, as soon as I felt like the first bump of the scar, it was like you have some semblance of like, oh, that seemed weird, and you just pulled your hand away, and so that would be the narrative. All right, I'm taking a stress instead of getting this slight corruption.
I'm going to take the corruption.
He wants to be corrupted.
Sing with the pain.
All right, so you're like, oh fuck, right? And you pull it over,
Interesting.
and you look at the rest of the bodies, and they all have, at some place they have this mark.
Which is why our chosen obviously.
Probably why.
Yeah, like it's pretty clear. Like there's something messed up with these folks, and she ripped through them and kept moving.
I think we should continue along this path.
Did you say there's people in the forest?
Well, these people were in the forest.
These people were in the forest,
Yeah.
not anymore. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
she didn't drag them from. She didn't drag them from somewhere
They
else.
still are.
And it's
They're
quiet.
dead.
Like it's like you don't feel like the hamlet's that far away, but there's no noise
Okay.
at all. No
I wouldn't be-
birds.
I wouldn't be allowed
It's
Hamlet
just rain.
in this area, this world. I'd be a
But
quiet
at
fucking Hamlet.
some point you would be, because you needed
Early
people to come
days,
to you.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's continue.
Yep.
Weapons high.
So you got weapons drawn.
Yeah, I
Sure.
break my
Sure.
musket.
Okay.
Silently.
You get no other sort of random encounters. You get to sort of the edge as the forest, and there's a hamlet. And it's rainy and it's dark. You don't see your chosen, so obviously you're chosen to go straight into the hamlet to wreck face.
Mm-hmm.
Is it dark like night dark, or just from the rain and clouds?
Let's say it's raining. It's like 3 PM, but it's so cloudy that it's like it's pouring and vision.
It's
is,
Seattle.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It's Seattle around. Yeah, it's Seattle around Christmas time.
Right.
The most glorious time of the year.
Red Shaking Wind, if the land is wet, can you see where our chosen might have gone.
I can look for footprints.
You guys lost those.
Oh.
Like there was some sort of broken branches, but those things over time, like because it was dark and in the forest, there's more light now, so you can actually see stuff. In the forest, it was just like we're moving that way.
Right.
Should we get to the black shot as fast as possible?
Well, pull up map 2.
All right. Table. Well, there we are.
That's map 1.
Oh yeah. Oh, you got a fancy new map.
I do.
All right.
Yeah, there's 2 maps.
Oh, look at you.
Zooming
Oh,
in.
well.
Yeah.
Enhance.
So you guys are you guys are basically coming out from sort of the top right-ish side of things. So there's a small creek that has a couple of quaint little, bridges. This is quaint.
This is delightful.
Quaint.
It's
Yeah,
bucolic.
very nice.
It's bucolic, except it's quiet and there's nothing going on and all the windows are dark.
Perfect.
No cook fires, no nothing.
There's nothing.
Any sign of a bear having rampage through?
Nope.
No
Nope.
smashed doors.
Nope. You guys are still under cover of the forest.
So if we have all this intel, that's like legit what we've got. So
You
we
feel
know,
like
we
yeah. I
could-
mean, there's somebody in the Legion who was like, yeah, I lived there
Oh,
for
okay.
a while. While I was caravanning or something.
Mhm.
Well, the courtyard then looks like a good spot to push to, where the fountain is, perhaps.
That
Yeah.
fountain
Yeah.
seems.
Look at my hoodie. I'm so cold.
Yes, but roll. I'm just kidding.
For foraging.
Yeah, foraging for the hoodie. No,
All
no,
right.
no, don't. You don't want to.
She has the
Oh, no,
she has the scrounge ability.
Double
Right.
deuce. Right.
Go grab your hoodie. Yeah.
Well, cool. Yeah. So just like hug building squad. Move.
Do we
through,
want to
check doorways?
look at one building at a time, or do we want to just stay stealthy?
Yeah, if we're gonna pass by any doors,
Yeah, we
I'd
can
want to check and just peek inside.
Okay, I want to make sure that that
Our
Tracy's
scout?
here.
That
before
our
you
scout
guys
is here,
Determine
yeah.
like exactly how you
Yeah.
want to approach heading towards the
You
center.
got more coffee then.
Yeah, actually, maybe this is a good time to get some.
All right. Well, as we're doing, hi chat. If everybody's here, I like Dionysus. Thanks
Hi,
for
people.
joining us. Torbis, right on. Soul of Spice. Whoever is bear poop as a bear, please, was right when the horned one actually turned into a bear.
Yeah.
So it's a large bit of pooping right there.
Can I talk about how pleased I am that that's our running joke? Is
The bears pooping.
The bears
I,
pooping.
this
In
is
the
how
woods?
this is how pleased I am.
This is what you'll be remembered for.
Dovahkiin? I hope I said that right.
Dov-
Knock
Dov-
on the door.
Dovahkiin.
Dovahkiin, right?
Knock on the door and ask for help. I love it.
Yeah.
I seriously, I think maybe we should just go door to door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we don't knock on the door and ask for
Hi.
help, later
Yeah,
we're gonna be
so you guys
pounding
are-
the doors, screaming for help.
You should know.
I'll wait till
What
they
were you
get
charging
back.
to?
But yeah, you guys are on this edge and observing.
Yeah.
Right now. So we're in sort
That's
of this
cool.
holding, observing pattern.
The edge of the
Right.
forest.
If
So
you
when did
guys
this come
are
out? Yeah.
if you guys are just joining us,
Literally.
this
hold
is this is what we're playing today.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's backwards. Is mine backwards also?
Oh,
it's
because we
backwards.
inverted the screen.
Oh.
Because
I need a mirror.
yeah,
Oh, to get
it was
the
mirrored to get the
right.
damn.
Someone hold it, George. Hold it up on the other side.
I don't think that works.
Are they all
They
all
should be
mirrored?
mirrored.
I think they're all mirrored.
Let's try that one.
See if you hold it up if it reads correctly. Oh my God, we
Yeah,
mirrored
so we
all of
mirrored
them.
it.
Wait, if we unmirrored them
That-
all.
what world would we be living in? Through the looking glass here, people.
But
End of Blades.
this is the new game that's in the same sort of rule set as Blades in the Dark and Scum and Villainy.
Yep. And it's by the authors of Scum and Villainy.
Oh, nice.
Oh, they got a Western one coming out. Very
Oh,
excited.
very
It's like the rule set is incredible. This
So
is
slick.
Scum and Villainy seemed like more of a just a full reskin. Like
Mhm.
there's a you could have ships and stuff. There are a couple different things than Blades. This just seems totally different.
Yeah.
Like it uses the mechanics and it uses some of the core ideas, but then it's just like, we're doing a long-term board game.
Yeah, here's
Right?
this brand new world with
Yeah.
really specific objectives.
Resource management, weird phases,
Yeah.
like yeah, it's just good. It's good.
It's kind of like a hybrid of a RPG and a traditional board game.
Yeah,
Seems
like
like-
it's definitely bringing more of the sort of board gamey stuff into it.
With different phases of play. I don't know if I've seen that before.
Something like
specifically for
Birthright.
Blades of Dark.
Birthright. Or
Oh
something.
yes, that's super old school.
And
Nice call.
Marvel Heroic had scenes and action scenes and recovery scenes.
yeah.
Recovery scenes.
Yeah.
Sort of like that.
Yeah.
The stress and the trauma is pretty similar to.
Yeah. The idea of trading one type of damage for another to as a resource. Marvel Heroic had that. End of the World had that. So that's a thing that's starting to pop up in lots of places. Treating damage as a thing that you deal with constantly, not just health ticking down to 0.
Right.
The thing that is really interesting to me about this is the fact that you know, watching people do actual plays of this, you play other people's characters. These aren't your characters. Like, there will be times where somebody else will play your sniper, and so you should be taking. They're like, this is how this character acts, and so like, what's interesting is that you are building these sort of characters as you're playing, and then somebody else gets it and they get to build it. It's like this exquisite corpse of character building. That is super awesome. And then they die. And everyone who's played them is just like,
You
I'm
killed
so
my character.
sad. Fuck you. Normally they die off screen. So like normally what happens is you have the primary mission where people play it, and then you have a secondary mission where you just describe, this is a secondary mission. If you succeed, you get this. If you fail, you get this. And you roll up to 4 dice to see if you succeed. So that secondary mission succeeded because I got a 4. However, two people die on it and it succeeds because I got a 4 and
because it's 2 short of 6.
2 short of 6. So either 2 people die on it, it succeeds, or it doesn't succeed and no one dies.
Oh,
and
no.
that's the choice. That's the choice you get to
Who
make.
chooses that? The commander?
I love those.
The marshal or the commander,
marshal.
it's in one of their playbooks, like chooses that. And then so you're like, and over time, like watching Misha, who is it's the marshal who chooses it. And she has had to kill off. And at this point, she's like, I'm fucking randomly rolling. 'Cause it's like heartbreaking. This person that
Can't
you
be
played that
responsible.
did all of this awesome stuff, because you rolled a 4 on this off-screen mission, I don't want to kill them, so she just is randomly rolling.
And I love you get emotionally invested in the characters.
Oh, it's like I'm just
That is
watching
super
and
cool.
I'm emotionally invested
Yeah.
in their actual play. Like this is like that's the part. Like I love D&D and I love the sort of tactical nature and I love sort of the power fantasy of doing it. But often it's more difficult to get attached to those characters because the weird sort of power fantasy around it. It's like, you know, I'm sort of max. And there are, like, you're shrugging. There are definitely times where I have been
I'm
more
a special
attached.
case, maybe.
Tracy has PTSD from my Saturday D&D table.
maybe that's just you.
That might
I
be.
also like the fact that different players play your characters, because that is such a satisfying moment when you start to sketch something out and then you see other people pick it up and build on it. Like they were doing in the D&D stream, where like I get such a kick out of it when like you take something and you modify it. It's like, oh, it's so cool. It's so much fun to see how that grows.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all back.
All
We
right.
have our coffees. We have our sweatshirts.
Yeah. It is
Which
much
is-
warmer out there.
Which is
than it
way
is in this
better
room.
because last night at the end of the D&D stream it was like 92 degrees.
I
It
would
was
I
fucking hot.
preferred that. Nope, it's
Oh
way.
my God.
I'm still cold.
I start to
I
smell.
don't know
bad
what's
when
wrong
it's-
with all the rest
Yeah.
of you, but it's
I'm
cold
like a
in here.
corpse. Like the warmer it gets, the worse.
We found one.
Yeah, me,
All right, so you guys are on the. You want to pull up that map again?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are on the edge of this town. You haven't been here too long, but so far you haven't seen any movement. What are you doing?
Does it seem prudent to make sure things behind us aren't occupied before going to the center of the...
Yeah. Check inside houses before we pass by them.
Yeah, I think maybe what I would do is sort of go around the outside, so like go around the top,
Oh yeah, that's
and
good.
then circle into to that sort of central courtyard.
Okay.
Scout it.
Would you like me to keep lookout from the top of one of the buildings?
Yes.
And then just shout if you see anything.
Which is
Okay,
the,
so I'm
the
gonna-
tallest building?
So I'm gonna start. The tallest building is the big one in the center. Yeah.
We need some eyes up there.
So I'm gonna
That's
start
fine.
2 clocks.
Oh yeah, these are cool too.
So the first clock is going to be. This is your chosen clock. Your chosen is out there doing stuff. At a certain point, if it takes you guys too long, the chosen's gonna be like, I've done my stuff. The fucking humans can't get their shit together. They're probably dead. I'm gonna go.
That would be fair.
The second clock, I'm not telling you what it is.
Clocks are unique
Doom
to this
clock.
game, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like
it's
this,
a
this
but it is
specifically
a
this.
it is a 4-tick clock.
Yeah, I was gonna point out that's a lot fewer segments
really
on
is.
that.
Well, we want the
on that
chosen
one.
clock to
You
be big.
you want this
Yeah.
one to be.
We don't want that
be
to
large.
I feel like we probably want the other one to be
To be
big
big
too.
too.
I'm just saying.
Can we add a few slices to the pie? I'm just saying.
All right.
Slices.
Explain to me what you guys are doing.
All right, I
And
am
how are you doing
trying to dash across that bridge and climb up the top of the big building.
All right, that is, I think, would be a maneuver
All right,
roll.
I'm going to maneuver.
So
Got 2 dice.
All right. So does anybody want to help him?
Wanna
Maneuver
try it?
over there?
It's not important.
I could peddle you some drugs.
I'll help it. Just like
It
a
won't-
boosty.
Chew slowly.
It won't
And I
help
have
you
a
do it,
climbing kit that helps.
but you'll feel better while you're doing it.
You'll think you're doing that.
Well, I think a climbing kit would be more
I might
of
not
like
need
going
that,
over
too.
there, setting it up.
Help other people get up
Yeah,
there. or something.
yeah.
Like a boost.
Yeah,
Like-
but you can't. I mean, you guys are still sort of on the edge of the forest.
I mean, my
At
goal
least
is-
as far as
We're
My
skirting
goal is to
the-
not have them have to expose their whole party.
We're skirting red
Okay.
shifting wing.
I want them to,
good,
like,
good
yeah.
call. We're shifting the top.
We're gonna go
Yeah.
The tree line. Yeah, the top horseshoe.
All right, let's
to
deal-
drop down
let's
into
deal
the
with
Chris
you-
goes this way.
let's do with you hauling ass over there as these guys start to move across the tree line and try to figure out how to get across this creek.
All right.
That is
1-6.
That is a 6.
Nice.
Cool.
So you succeed, and I'm not going to fill in any clocks. So this random fucking Zemyani rookie just hauls ass and scurries up, like finds some good handholds, and let's say they're made out of like timbers and shit. And just scurries up, and he's on top. I assume.
Yeah,
folks are
Miloslav's a guy.
you guys can tell me what your genders are. So,
Roll a die, buddy.
So
Yeah, I'll kind of crouch up there with my musket ready and I'm just trying to look if there's any.
you don't have any
activity or
any
anything.
black shot though, right?
No.
All right, so you've got normal ammunition.
I'm used to hunting like wolves and
Well,
stuff.
you
To
get to shoot
try to
them
eat the yaks.
Like
You
still
can
the
shoot them.
blunt trauma force of dead.
They're
flesh.
undead though. Like
It still takes a chunk out of it.
my assumption is if you get a crit, I'll let you take most of their head
Oh,
off and they
so-
stop.
So we shouldn't expect a musket to really do much against them.
Well, against undead, no.
That was probably
but
why
a
we got slaughtered.
but a musket will do some damage on not undead. Like
That's
it's
true.
it's a
And
gun.
for all we know, there might be these.
Well, you already have hits.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
the
yeah, that's
hexed,
right.
hexed
It'll
people.
turn them into undead.
Well, if you don't burn them, yeah. at a certain
Oh, we
point,
didn't burn those hex people, did we?
Oh, I didn't. Oh,
No.
Yeah, you just left them there.
Do they have oil? They may bring oil.
I did. Why?
Are you gonna go back?
Don't go back now.
All right, so he's like,
I didn't receive any orders to burn the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's like Great Dashing Shadow.
I burned my finger.
that counts.
it's like a corrupted bird. Yeah.
Not the Night's Watcher.
So he's up on top.
Okay.
You guys are moving sort of north and across.
The horseshoe of the top.
Okay.
So I figured because these people are way more important than me, I want to have my. As a recruit, I have a family weapon as a rookie. So I'm gonna, whatever that is, an axe or something. I'm just gonna try to be out front, ready to like throw myself in front of
Are you
whatever
guys?
jumps
So are
out
you
of the
guys
woods.
trying to stay in cover? Yeah. Sorry, Mark.
No,
I probably would be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
I
right.
think
Yeah,
all of
for
us,
as long as possible.
Can you? Can we do a? So let's introduce group roles here.
nice.
So what the group role is so you can lead a group action. What that means is the person with the most dice, or the most, to lead an action, it's how much stress you have. Because what happens is everyone rolls. Only one person needs to succeed. For however many people don't get 6s, you take a stress.
Okay.
And it's actually for however many people fail. It's not 6s. So however many people get 3 or less, whoever's leading takes a stress. So you don't actually have to be good in the thing.
You just tank the stress.
So you just basically you bullet sponge the
I
stress.
thought it was game day.
Yeah,
That's just normal day.
Oh, yeah.
that's what a lot of us do on other days of work.
I do a bunch of rolls. I lead group actions here. I take a lot of the stress.
It doesn't matter if the group succeeds. The more people we drag through it, the more stressed out we are.
So yeah, let's do a scout because I think
Yeah.
scout is sort of the sneaky.
And so if you get an extra rank, that means one extra
So
D6.
everybody who is in the group
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
would
gonna
roll as
not
you're
do
not.
it.
You're not rolling.
So I have 0 scouts.
So you roll
Oh, damn it.
Two
dice.
take the
to
lowest.
Take the lowest.
Yeah.
Michael
If you
rolls
have,
Fun.
2 dice.
2 and take the lowest.
and if you have one scout,
You roll 1.
You just get that net value.
oh, all right, then I'm going to use my comfort die. Oh.
1, 2.
So you got a 6. So
No, I can't
Oh, you got
tell
a
a
2.
lie. I should have.
All
I
right.
should have used your.
Oh.
I got a.
I got a. That's good.
I got a 1.
All right.
So one success.
You got a success. So
We're just cracking through the bushes.
you succeed
fails,
with a complication, and the complication right now will be this.
Well, I guess we get to find out sooner what it is.
The unnamed clock has ticked.
You
Ow,
can't
ow,
see.
the branches in my hair.
It's a
The branches in my
super
hair.
Okay, you just
Ow, ow,
Oh,
owie,
yeah.
owie.
You don't have any hair.
That's right. That's right. It's in my plume.
The
It's in my
quarter,
plume.
the quarter clock. So you're gonna take 3 stress.
Me? Or
Yeah, whoever led that roll.
I mean, what
Well,
does lead mean?
Yeah, what,
Basically, anybody
It
could
would
have
probably me.
chosen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So take 3 stress.
so we can
Whoa.
alternate who
You
leads.
can resist. No, actually, can you resist on a group action?
Can I? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, actually, you could resist. No, that
I
doesn't
have
make
no
any
idea.
sense.
Take
So
stress
resist,
to not
take
take
stress,
stress,
to not
yeah.
take stress doesn't make
Oh,
any sense.
right.
So you have 3 stress because these fucking idiots.
You guys are all stressing me out so bad.
So
right now.
happy.
Literally, like as you were going through the creek,
I couldn't
like,
resist singing.
Oh.
I was singing. We came here when I was young.
splashed through
Yeah.
the little
I know that one.
We just started a campfire.
So now you guys are north.
With the sound.
Oh, yes.
What
we
are
are.
what are you doing? Can you give me?
Creeping, probably.
Yeah. What?
I mean, I'm trying to see if my movement or their stuff is like stirring up any movement within the town.
So
I'm
your
trying to-
like behind you, yours definitely isn't.
I'm trying to scout or look, whatever that is.
I think
still.
scout.
Shimmy up, yeah.
Yeah. Let's do scout again.
Got 1 die there. Fail.
With the twos.
2.
Twos rules.
I'm actually gonna fill in 2.
Ah,
Done it.
What do tonics do?
Oh.
That's a good question.
I'll
Got a
check
tonic here. Just feels like
It's good with gin.
Yeah.
Chug it and find out.
Yeah. I was just gonna.
So you guys are at the top. He's up there, sort of. You can sort of see him moving from corner to corner, but you're like, he's a pretty fast rookie, but we're not getting anything.
Does he? How do we know if he sees anything? How do we?
He shoots, I think.
doesn't say.
How far away
Oh,
are you?
the loud
Not
report.
at yelling distance? Can I still see them?
Yeah.
Oh,
You heard them splash.
Actually, no, that's pretty good to know. Like, we say, what, fire instructions? Like, if you see some of the marked...
You can't give me instructions now.
Oh, no,
You actually can. Somebody could take a stress and do a flashback.
Oh yeah, flashbang.
Oh,
Oh,
Just
flash-
officers.
another mechanic we can introduce.
If it's
Flash, that's a great mechanic.
if you want to take a stress.
Why don't we wait till
talk
we
about-
need the thing?
Oh, right, because we can do that. We can flash back to when we need it.
Yeah.
Much
Yeah.
better, much cooler. All right.
All right, so you guys are at the top. He's sort of up there, moving around, but he's not.
I'm probably not being very stealthy.
Yeah,
'cause
but he's pretty calm. He's not. Doesn't look like he's freaking out. So
It's good.
yeah,
But so, can we see anything down into the courtyard?
still nothing. I mean, you
Still-
can see. So can you pull up the map again, just so
I
I can
can't.
make sure. No, so you guys are in the forest right above that top. Yeah,
Like
like
here?
you guys are right up in there.
Okay.
Maybe we should check this building, sort of on that tucked into that corner.
Yeah.
The top left
the
building.
north left.
Okay.
North, yeah, I know.
North.
The northwest
It's
building.
it's north by north left.
All right.
That's
so
a great festival.
So you head around to the sort of the side of the building that has the door.
Yeah.
The door is slightly ajar, slightly open.
Axe out. I'm gonna be first through the door, just ready to.
Quietly, loudly, like describe like. Are you busting into this place? Are you sneaking
I'm
into
definitely
this place?
definitely like putting my shoulder to the door and making it creak loudly and slowly.
Is there a window we can look through?
There are windows.
I would like to look through the windows,
shuttered.
please. Okay. Thanks.
So they're like obviously they were those were shuttered. So you're
There's an axe. You
Wow.
can
I'm
axe
moving
through
the door. I'm not. I don't think Dash is careful enough to try to do it quietly. Just the door needs to be pushed open. It probably creaks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go in, and in the corner. So this is a room that's about twice the size. It's dark. In the corner, there's definitely some movement. On the rest of the room, there's villager bodies. They're not moving. They look dead. But there's definitely some scurrying over in the corner.
Scream.
Okay.
That scurrying has not stopped.
Yeah.
There's still some scurrying and maybe some.
Okay.
It's dark.
Yeah, I'm just gonna set myself in the doorway. I feel like this thing's definitely gonna try to eat me, and I don't want to make it easier for it, but I'm not sure if moving towards it or turning my back to it would make it more easy. So I'm just gonna stay exactly here.
You're
and
not moving at all.
I am not moving.
Do we have a light source? Shuttered lantern with our
What's in a
soldiers?
soldier's kit?
Yeah.
It should be on the.
Surely we have a light
It's
source.
like page 72 or something in the
I
book.
might have some alcite oil. See
That-
in the dark. Oh no, I haven't.
Bring up a torch or something?
72.
I think that's where it
Does
was.
Naive Hope do anything, or is it just like
I think that's a little tongue-in-cheek.
flavor.
I did check for it.
you never know? Like the skills. are
Soldier's
kinda
kit: bedroll, flint
Oh.
and tinder, knife, lantern, small mirror, soap, shaving kit. Yeah. So.
Lantern.
It's got a lantern, but you'd have to
Lantern.
light it in the rain with flint and steel.
That's a little gunpowder. on it.
but you're up on top of a fucking.
No, I'm not.
I know
I
I've
just
got
wondered.
gunpowder.
I just
I put like a
But
little.
do you have a soldier's kit?
I do have a soldier's kit.
You don't need any gum. Do you really want? You're gonna put gunpowder in your lantern?
Not on my.
Not oil. Just
It's like spark it, like a little on the flint and tinder maybe for some.
You probably
nice
don't
stuff.
even need tinder how to light a lantern.
What is happening back there?
I want to light a lantern. I'm gonna light
All right.
it.
So you steady yourself.
I am rooted to the spot,
And
ready
you
for this
hear-
thing.
Click. And then
Stand fast, Dash.
a light just sort of like
Oh, yeah.
backlights you.
Yeah.
Yeah, dramatically.
And in the corner, you see this sort of weird, slightly humanoid, slightly wolf-ish sort of think American Werewolf in London halfway through the transformation scene.
It's,
Yeah.
it's chosen. It's her.
It's
I'm sorry, mistress. I didn't mean to interrupt.
it looks up.
Uh-huh.
And obviously its muzzle's all sort of red.
Yeah.
Its eyes are sewn shut, so it's
Oh.
got human eyes. They're sewn shut.
Okay.
And its muzzle's sort of red, and it looks up and sniffs.
Uh-huh.
So clearly, it can get some like light versus dark, right?
Yeah.
Like, so something like bugged it, and it starts sniffing, and it just heads straight at you.
Kill it.
Like this.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just going to drive my axe down into its head. If I
that
can.
sounds like a skirmish.
Skirmish? All right.
Yeah.
Faux show.
So he's blocked in the door. I'm gonna say that it is risky standard. It's not a
Okay.
big thing, but it's
Risky
So
standard.
risky standard.
I'm going to push for this. I'm going to take the 2 stress to get a 3rd die. I feel like this might be pretty important. Maybe a key moment in Dash's short
so
life.
you're and just to be clear,
Yes.
you're holding a lantern.
Yes, I am.
And you're
one pistol.
behind.
I'm behind. I've probably got my
and
bow.
you're just back there, just shooting up or
Quivering
something.
with anticipation that I'm going to get to repair your body shortly.
All right. That is a 4.
Okay, so like you basically you take it out.
Okay.
Right, like that single chop just sort of lodges, and it is some weird ass semi-transformed thing
Yep.
that was feasting on these things.
Yeah.
Oh
no!
That light, by the way,
Yes.
as
was a
soon
good
as
idea.
it came on,
That clock filled.
you see movement. So coming out of the trees. So can you open that back up?
I can.
So coming out of the, I didn't draw the trees. So coming from the south, and some of the buildings, you start to see movement. And the first thing you see, because you didn't see any of this stuff, is a bunch of sort of dog-sized, semi-human things running pretty quickly towards that new bright light that just showed up over in the corner.
That's my
I
tactical
would
plan.
put that light down.
Put it
and
down.
move away
Yeah,
from
put
it.
it. Yes, draw them in. Good plan. That's what we'll do.
So
They're only one building away, so they could maybe hear me if I just yelled, right?
yeah, oh yeah, you can like
Yeah.
lean over the corner and be like, and
Oh, but because we don't
Yeah.
don't know this. Only our sniper knows.
yeah,
this.
you guys don't. You guys haven't heard anything. So you
Great
see,
idea.
you see these
Yeah,
things
I'll-
scurrying.
I'll leap down and I'll try not to yell. I'll like leap down and try to get to them and
Yeah, that's fine. Like,
they're
yeah.
coming.
Yeah. So like,
I killed it.
Yeah.
So you
There's
run
a bunch
in,
of things
you run
coming.
in the scene. The three of these folks are standing behind the rookie who has a bleeding axe, and there's a what you think is a dog on the ground. But then you immediately look at it and
Is that what I saw,
yeah,
basically?
and you're like, yeah, that's you see that.
There's more of those coming. They're coming from the south. They're all over. We gotta move.
Get inside! Get inside!
Get inside. Form up.
Okay.
Inside the building, we form up.
We all go in the building.
I'm not going to do what the rookie says.
Yeah, actually, that might be. We're skirmishers, or I'm a
We
skirmisher.
move
I
into
think.
the trees.
Yeah,
Or
maybe the
something
tree line.
instead.
Fall back to the tree line. Fall back to the tree line.
Leave the lantern there, and then we all move
The
back
lantern
into
is
the trees.
displaced.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go, friends.
Yeah. Go ahead and let's just roll a group maneuver.
Group
Just
maneuver.
To see,
Our
sort of
best.
see.
Are you going to be
You
our
guys
leader
can
for
be
this?
Sure, I'll be our leader for this.
you're
I've
commanding.
no die. Here we go. So I just roll one. What do I have it right?
No, if you have no die in
No die.
maneuver, you roll 2 and take the lowest.
2 and take the lowest. No dice.
Nice.
Boom.
Yeah. So you guys have a
Or
success,
indeed.
but you take a
I got
couple.
a success.
Oh, you got a success.
I got a success.
I did
So
not.
it's a 4, which I think is a success.
Yep, 4 is a success. So you take 1 stress.
All right.
You guys make it in. I mean, the 6 basically says you guys make it in well before those creatures
Into
sort
the
of.
into the trees.
Yeah, you guys are
Tree
in the
lines.
trees.
Is that
So
north by north?
yeah,
left?
yeah, let's do that. So you guys watch as about 7, 8 of these slightly larger than Dobermans,
Mhm.
but a mix of human parts and Doberman parts.
Like the body snatchers.
Yeah.
There's a part of the internet that's really enjoying this stream.
Yeah, I'm sure. It gets worse.
Human.
You guys basically see them. They knock down the light. They're just like they're around. They go in. They go into the place. While this is happening, behind them, you see villagers coming out of some of the other buildings.
Oh, probably. Do they look like walking
Certainly,
upright?
those Dobermans don't give a shit about
About
these
that.
villagers, and they are walking upright. They're not shambling. They look maybe like they're sleepwalking. Like a little slower.
Mhm.
Definitely aimless. Definitely weird that it's raining and they're just walking around and it's dark and they don't have any lights. But they're also heading towards that spot where the dogs were. And there's about 10 of them.
Our chosen slayed them. If she killed them, I think we should as well. Put them to the quick sword axes.
There's so many of them.
Yeah, how many
The
are
crowd here were always deplorable.
Bad tippers.
But
a lot.
if we think the black shot is in this village, we gotta fight them.
The rookies could draw them away.
Ah, yes.
Yes,
Foot.
far away.
Would you like a promotion? I've got my eye on you.
I can do it.
The
Tell me what to do.
We know that light attracts the Dobermans and the villagers perhaps displace into the woods and then set up some kind of a diversion.
And they absolutely can't climb. So if you take a light and get into a nearby tree, you'll be fine.
That's right. Worst case, drop the lantern.
Yeah.
All right, I'll create a distraction.
So you guys
You go
light
into the-
You guys
No,
light-
I'm gonna try to go first. I'm gonna go off. I don't know, maybe back across into the woods or back across to the east.
Northeast.
I'm gonna cut off our escape route. But I'm trying to get away from you guys, so I'm trying to go to the northeast forest where the hound things will still be able to see me.
Okay.
Always split the party.
Yeah,
And then
I've heard that.
and then I'm gonna climb into a tree.
Having flashbacks yet, Tracy?
Well, I would
Maneuver.
maneuver. I mean, you do have the best maneuver, so that's. Are you
I'm
guys
to
gonna-
maneuver this.
Are you guys gonna try to assist him in doing this, or you just want to?
Well, I think we
Are you
want
coming with me?
to lay low because that's the whole point
Yeah,
of
you're waiting for the distraction,
is
and then
to pull away
you
so
guys
we
need
can-
to search the buildings and find the frickin'.
Would you like some
Yeah,
some help?
shot.
I'll help. Would you like some help?
Dash.
Yeah.
that's right.
Has your name ever been more fitting?
A couple times. Hopefully I'll get to tell you about them later.
Yeah, I'll like wait for you to follow me, but
Yeah.
I'm not really slowing down.
Yeah, I'll go with and I'll take a stress to aid.
Okay.
Dash is very stressed out.
There you go. There's 3 dice.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys make it. I'm gonna.
6, 5, and a 2.
So the 6. That's all. You just
Yeah.
care about the
If
highest.
you get
roll.
2 6s though, that's
Yeah,
like
2
a
6s
crit
is
in
crit.
some way, yeah.
So you guys make it, and the effect was standard. So like the dogs see you, like the tail end of you guys moving into the forest, haul ass after you. So they're like, clearly not all dogs have their eyes sewn shut. Only that one because it sounded creepy.
Yeah.
But the rest of them are, they didn't have time to sew their eyes shut. Or they ran out of string or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, dogs take off.
Yeah.
Villagers move to watch the dogs, and then also start to move.
Oh, good.
It is great.
This worked so well.
So my assumption is,
do I make it up the tree and stuff that I was trying to do?
that's what. So yeah, you I mean, you guys rolled a 6
Yeah.
on your aid, so you.
I mean,
pushed his
my
ass up
original
the tree.
plan was to go find a tree, climb up it, and then like light the lantern or fire the gun or something to have them follow me.
Okay,
but now
perfect.
they're already following me.
No,
Yeah.
actually, let's roll back into
Okay.
it. So let's basically say you guys crept out before they saw you,
Yeah.
and then you climbed a tree,
Yep.
and then you lit a lantern in the tree.
Yeah, I'll light my
Yeah.
lantern.
So the two of us are up in a tree.
Try
You
to-
have
and
your
try to dangle it.
shining beacon
Yep.
in the tree.
I'll kind of
Yeah,
dangle
they're
it.
like
yeah.
they're like as soon as that thing gets lit, and maybe you holler or something like do something to sort of draw their attention. Yeah, same thing. Everybody's moving in that direction. Your 3 specialists are doing what?
We're going to move towards the
Search.
fountain. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the fountain and see where the those crates were.
Okay, cool. So you guys move down there. Like, I'm not going to make you roll or do any of that. And those, basically, as you move towards, you basically see all of the broken parts of the caravan. Pretty clearly.
Around the fountain?
Yeah, pretty clearly the caravan came here and something really fucking bad happened.
We could hazard a guess.
There's dead legionnaires. Like, things are strewed all over the place. Definitely there are crates of stuff. This caravan had other supplies in it, like, but the black shot is
Clearly marked, I
Yes,
assume.
clearly marked. And
Red barrels.
sure, yeah, it's clear they're red.
Don't shoot
Red-
those.
red-
The black shot
red-
is always in red
red-
barrels. They'll never know.
Red crates.
They'll think it's red.
Always bet on black.
You like coming out. Actually, do you guys know how many crates you're supposed to pick up?
10, I believe.
Yeah.
They said as many as possible,
Yeah,
right?
as many as possible.
Okay.
So 1.
So there's definitely 2 red crates out here, and the crates are like black shot is precious.
Mhm.
These crates are small.
Mhm.
Like anybody can any one of you could pick up 1, maybe 2,
Mhm.
and move with it. You can't do anything else.
Right.
You know if you drop it, you're probably going to break it. So you have to be pretty gentle with it. But it's not like a giant. It's not like the Ark of the Covenant crate,
Right.
where you need a dolly. Like these are small crates.
Is it like gunpowder where it's going to be ruined by water?
It is
I mean, it's
magic
already been
gunpowder. It's in.
Right.
They're in crates, and you
So
know
it's-
that when you've gotten because you have black
Yeah.
shots. It comes in these little capsules, but it's set in like hay and then wrapped. Like it's
They're fragile.
It's volatile and fragile, right? And really, like you break that capsule and you put it in and you shoot it. Like you never
That's
let it
cool.
just hang out. Like it is a thing that like you use.
Should we take these crates, move them out of the hamlet towards the riverbank, and then come back and kind of deal with?
Reconnoiter the rest of.
Yeah.
You're
For
asking
sure, I
me?
think.
I mean, I'm just throwing.
I think
I'm
actually I
throwing
can
it
pick
out.
up the crates
Just an idea.
Yeah.
with that plan up until the coming back part.
Well, here's the thing: is that
Everything up to that point.
there's a whole bunch of dead bodies here
Yes.
They
that
got
may end up
supplies.
being a problem for us later. And I think probably once we get our precious
You're-
stuff out of
as
the
a-
way,
as Go ahead.
maybe we should get the bodies in a pile and burn them.
Yes.
Yeah, if we can get that'd be cool.
Or we could
because it's
dismember them.
raining is the problem. That's
Or
the
we could burn
shame.
them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then no. Definitely dismember first, then burn. Not the other way around. Otherwise it would be like
Okay.
a horrible barbecue.
Okay.
That's
so
just
what-
First order of business is get the red crates out. That is a great plan.
Yep.
That's the most important.
Where are you going to put them?
So looking at the thing, we
There's
go.
There's two here. You know,
Yeah.
like I'll just tell you, you know that there was more than two.
Okay,
Sure,
so
okay.
there could be another. Oh, where did the villagers come out of again? What
They
building?
came out of some of the buildings in the bottom.
So.
There's
let's-
that large central building. That seems like the
Yeah.
town hall.
Or so, yeah, the town hall. Or I was just thinking maybe where the villagers came out of, like if that's their base, or if that was where they would have put it.
I'm not sure about the intelligence level of the villagers in this
At
state.
this point?
Like, were they just in their houses because
That's where
they just
go.
happened to be in
Yeah.
there, and then it was just the stimulus of the light or the noise or whatever that drew them out.
Yeah, zombie like.
Yeah, I guess my thinking is kind of that I know that we know there are more crates that are unaccounted for, but we don't want to risk losing the ones that we do have.
Right, we've got to
eyes
take
on.
those for
so
sure.
we put them somewhere
Yeah.
safe, take
Yeah.
care of all the dead bodies, then
Yeah.
I do think maybe one of the barrels, roll it to the large mass of zombie hordes below their tree and explode it.
Yeah.
So whatever happens,
is that how it
it's a
works?
tree. Could be.
We
There's
even
a
need the
slip
whole.
of
How easy is it to access a crate? Like, is it like a hacking apart? Like, or is it like a?
You could pry it. You have like you guys. Somebody has the tools
Okay.
to actually pry it open.
So, might be a good idea actually to move them out to the tree line, stash them, but then like arm a couple people with them because they're hand grenades in a pinch.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind having a couple of black shots on me.
Okay. Give me
And our
let's,
rookie.
let's just give me a let's do let's do a maneuver again as you
Okay.
guys just start moving these things, trying not to bring attention. You guys are up in this tree.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom of the tree are fucking angry villagers and mutant dogs.
Yeah. Are they making any progress up the tree?
They are not, but they are not moving.
They're just sitting at the bottom.
They're just waiting.
Do a Gandalf and light a pine cone.
Yeah.
Well, I've got oil with me. Can I drop flaming oil on them?
You certainly.
I know it's raining. I'm trying to get a sense of how wet it is under this tree.
It's
Oh, it's drier under the tree.
It feels like
Drier.
it feels like you could. It feels like there's some risk to the tree lighting on fire,
Yeah,
but
some.
We'll burn
Yeah.
that tree when we come to
Nothing
it.
ventured, nothing gained.
yeah. So while these guys, let's get their
Hit
roll
bark
first.
is worse than hit bite.
Maneuver?
Yeah.
Yes.
Floors.
Did you want to be maneuvering with them?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so why don't you roll a die?
Alrighty, I will maneuver.
And who's
with a
going to
3.
lead? Because whoever's leading is taking a couple stress.
A glorious
well,
leader.
I will. It was my plan. I'll lead. I was just hoping that whoever, I guess, who leads doesn't matter necessarily
No.
for. Okay.
No.
I will lead.
Take 2 stress.
I'm so
Jenny
I'm
thinks you're
so
stressed out.
relaxed.
You're
a little bit corrupt.
Generally.
Generally.
All
Generally.
right,
This masseuse
so
is back.
you guys are doing it. But there is a complication. We'll get to that complication in a second.
So I'd like to use rig because I want to like take some of the gauze out of my medical kit and make like a delayed fuse on the oil.
You're in a controlled position. They're
Yeah.
not doing anything.
A Melislav
And-
cocktail. That's cool.
and in fact, you can just do it. Like there's no
Little crafting.
There's no stress going on
Okay.
here. You can tell these guys aren't going to jump up. You could sit here and do this until you get really hungry
Okay.
or something bigger.
I have
That's
fresh
fine.
food as
Yeah.
part of my gear.
So you can
Much
just
better.
you can just do it. I really like the roll is going to be for effect.
Okay.
So I think that we're at controlled
Yep.
because nothing's going on, and the effect. Let's do great. Like
Okay.
how much of it are you using? Are you using all your oil?
I'm doing one to test. You got to do an experiment first. So I'm dropping one of my oils.
Okay, so
Yeah, no.
your effect is whatever the lowest. I don't remember what effects are.
I'll drop all the oil. Yeah.
Okay,
We'll,
so
we'll,
your
set, we'll
effect-
set up the whole thing.
Your effect is great.
Okay. That is a 4.
All right, so you have a complication.
Okay.
You know what that complication is.
The tree's on fire.
The tree is on fucking fire. You did a really good job.
Yeah.
There are now burning dogs.
Yeah.
So the dogs made it and they couldn't get up.
Yeah, they couldn't.
Okay.
They
Sweet.
couldn't. And the people were just like, eh. So there's burning dogs
That's a
Yeah.
horrible
running
smell.
around.
Also, I see.
They are lighting things on fire.
Yeah.
Good distraction.
The,
That's a good plan.
the people are like they're sentient. They're just
Sure.
like, oh shit, like this thing's on fire. The forest is starting to light a little bit on fire. Smells really bad.
Yeah.
Um,
This has exceeded my every expectation.
yeah.
Despite the heavy rain.
Yeah. It's oil, right? Like
Yeah.
it's oil and you know, dead things.
It's a lot of steam coming
Actually, the
out.
water makes it worse, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Spreads it around. So yeah, your tree is on fire.
Now it's our tree.
Go there and you.
All right, so we're gonna cut from that scene, and so you guys have a complication.
Yay.
So you grabbed those 2 boxes.
2 red crates, yep.
Who grabbed them? Just so I know,
I
because that
grabbed
means
one,
one of you
and-
guys is not.
Grab one.
is
I'm
unencumbered.
happy. You guys need to fight, so I sort of feel like I'm happy.
Can
Now.
you grab
Yeah,
both?
yeah, I'll grab
Okay,
them.
all right.
Okay, yeah, and that's actually fine. So you guys.
So
are
now we
both
just shoot the
unencumbered.
medic if we need.
Just shoot the barrel. I want it to be quick.
So as you guys are moving, I guess towards the river.
Mhm.
I didn't know exactly where you were
Uh,
heading to put these things.
well,
Back
so-
towards the river that we crossed to get here.
Because that's
Yeah.
back towards our
Big river.
camp.
so you guys
There's a
go
delightful
north or
bridge.
straight east
Uh,
along
I
the
would-
bridge.
The bridge
Well,
is-
we've cleared out all the enemies as far as we know,
As far as
right?
you know,
as far as
yes.
we know. So I would say we,
go
to make the best time, we just go straight east.
Okay, and the idea is
Across
to
the
put these
bridge.
boxes somewhere out of town.
Yes.
Stash
and a
them.
cool,
Yeah,
stash
back
them.
towards the river where we know we're gonna have to get them across there anyway.
Okay,
Mhm.
all right. So you got across the river. You stashed these 2 boxes. You're heading back.
I would like to actually open a box and take a couple of shots out in my bandolier.
You already loaded up, aren't you?
Oh well, I've
Oh,
got.
you don't have any black shot.
I don't, but I could check a box there.
All right. I will
Oh.
say that
It's right here.
like one of the boxes.
Yeah.
You open it and one of the things is broken, but you get 6 black shots.
That's
out of it.
Sweet.
I have blank arrows written down here. Is that the same
Yes.
thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're imbued. Basically, it's like a poison. They have paste. The
Okay.
arrows on. Less effective than shooting someone with a gun. But
Well,
still
that's
much
generally
quieter.
true.
Yeah. So you guys are heading back to go try to either burn or figure stuff out. And out of the big building, the doors just explode off. And a much larger, let's say direwolf size, weirdly transformed humanoid wolfy thing busts out of the big central and just hauls ass towards you.
Where the hell is the good, massively transformed,
Yeah,
monstrous
like-
humanoid creature thing? Like,
She is out doing something else.
What could
Which
we
we
is
saw
your
really
guys'
loudly.
yeah,
She's doing the
you-
Gandalf.
Yeah.
She's doing the
She
Gandalf.
is-
Very important stuff.
is
like,
Gandalf.
Stuck
you
in the
guys are
tower.
Gandalfing. You're in the tree throwing things down.
There's a lot of Gandalf going on.
Okay.
Yeah, and it just hauls ass towards you.
Towards us.
And it's big and scary.
Okay. Well, fortunately, we loaded up on black shot.
It's all right. Tell me about that.
Bear down. I've got 2 pistols. I'm a skirmisher.
Fucking roll for
2 black
roll
shots.
for
Charging
shoot,
you,
baby.
dude.
Roll for shoot. All right, 2. So that's. I still haven't figured that. I still don't get this. Like I think I do. It's not.
You get
these are
2 dice.
2 dice,
Yep.
and that's just it.
You can get 8. You can do a devil's bargain.
Or you can push.
Or you can push.
And if I
And each one of those will give you an extra dice. The max amount of dice you can have is 4.
Oh, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll help.
How do you help?
The rousing song that I once sang when we last visited
The
this town,
hills
which
are
is,
alive.
yeah,
with the sound of
which is
direwolves.
yeah, it was like top 10 throughout all of Orlight.
Just a
when you
weird
were children.
medic bard.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, no, that's
Thousand
great.
of arrows.
So take a stress.
Okay.
So you don't get to roll. You just take a stress. He gets
Oh, I
an
see.
extra dice.
so now I'm rolling 3.
So now you're rolling 3.
2 pistols.
2 pistols.
All right, and just
So
check
here-
real quick. 'cause
here-
I'm also
here you go.
skirmish. An opponent in close combat.
You're
assault-
not in close combat yet
All
because
right.
it's hauling towards you. You
All
could
right.
wait.
I was thinking that assault position.
currently
draw,
your-
fire pistols at short range.
So currently this is standard. This is the middle one. So risky standard.
yes.
You could wait, and it could be desperate standard, but then you would get a 4th die, while your teammates
Oh.
are freaking the fuck out.
So I can expend an aim to increase the effect level of my shot. That's what aim does. It's a resource I can expend.
Aim is an action. A sniper specializes in diagnosis snap roll, but its rating determines.
It's-
On that mission, you may use spend aim to increase the effect level.
Mhm.
So
So it's a second roll. It's not a resource.
no, it just adds an
Oh,
effect.
really?
So
Yeah.
you go up the effects chain.
I think
So if his current
Oh.
effect is risky standard,
Yep.
he could up it to risky great.
Oh, cool.
all right, I do that. Engrave.
All
Cold
right.
tail with you.
Fight everywhere. Wolf.
6.
6.
Boom.
that is a success. Which means, and because it's great, and because of the threat level of this guy, yeah, describe it, because you just fucking filled this giant beast full of
Well, actually, it's 2
undead
shots
killing lead.
right through the eyes. The back of its head explodes out, and there's just smoking holes.
Yeah,
where
and
its
it's
eyes
just
used
like
to
it
be.
was hauling ass. So you realize that as it slowly slides to your feet with its eye holes smoking. This thing was undead. You've never seen anything like it except for these other, and it's got weird human body parts coming out of it. They're not sewn on. This thing doesn't look like it was put together. This thing looks like it was sort of grown, mashed together and grown. Definitely crazy, but you fucking killed it. It's dead.
That's why you're the leader.
Heal one.
Right, yeah. Cut from you guys. I assume you're now going to be looking for more red boxes.
Yes.
Cut from you guys. Your tree is on fire.
So that was my half of the plan. How's your half going?
Mine was to wait here.
Oh, so not well then.
How bad is the tree? Like, how bad is it on fire?
You guys have a couple minutes before it starts to reach drier parts.
Are there
of the
nearby
interior.
trees we could leap to?
Sure.
And also how many enemies are still down?
All of those, all of the villagers are waiting for you to
So
die
they're still
in this
around.
tree.
They're still around.
Yeah,
So even if we leapt to a nearby tree,
Yep.
how many are there nearby?
There's about 5 or 6.
How much ammo do you have?
Some.
Should we try shooting him?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. That would be shoot.
I
Okay.
shoot one.
So
Do
is
you
this
have
like
ammo
a?
also?
Yeah, we both have musket. It's just musket.
Muskets
Oh,
come
yeah.
default
Yeah.
first.
So is this
I
like
only
a
have 5 shots,
like a
though.
group shoot roll?
No, each of you will shoot.
Each of us does it
Separately,
separately.
yeah.
I have
that's-
no
that's
shoot,
really fun.
unfortunately.
Wait, you have musket with. Alright, so. There
I
you go.
took skirmish instead.
Alright.
I probably should have taken shoot.
Ooh.
I got
Shoot.
one. I got a 3.
Double ones.
Uh-oh.
It's very smoky.
Blam! Blam!
We should have trained with these. That was a massive success at the continued distraction.
Yeah, I think the thing is, more villagers come out. Like there were 6, there's now 8. Right? Like there's like we're having chicken tonight, right?
Yep.
Like so you guys are roast. Like it's getting hot.
Do more oil.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's
We probably see that.
Yeah,
At
we're
this point-
back in town,
At this
like-
point, you guys realize there is a small forest fire
Yeah.
north of town.
Shrewd tacticians.
Gunshots.
They are. They lit a tree on
And
fire.
actually, yes.
master
It
distractionists.
must be miles from here by now.
As that thing comes to a stop at your feet, you hear gunshots. Yeah, which is actually why
They probably
why
would have
we went
heard
up
mine
to
too,
here.
in fairness.
It was probably a mutual suicide when they realised they had no chance of survival. They honour their sacrifice with a
They're
song.
burning their bodies. That is very considerate.
Okay.
Suicide.
So I'm cutting from these guys
Yep.
while they try to figure out how the fuck they're getting out of this.
Recent.
What are you guys doing? So this guy busted out of the crazy amalgam creature, busted out of the really big building in the center.
Their sacrifice can't be in vain. We
Let's
have to.
look at what's in the big building in the center.
Yeah.
Okay, you go in. There are 12 more red cases. So
Oh.
clearly somebody
Somebody
knew
But the value.
what the value of that stuff
Yeah.
was and had set something here to guard it.
Okay.
You killed that something.
We did.
Yeah.
Now there are 12 cases.
Let's bring this back where we put the rest of it.
There's an, what if we took some of those shells, put them out in the courtyard by where our friend, like ahead, and then draw the villagers back. Okay, so remember
But
you were talking
we
about.
have to shoot. No, I don't. These are not like explosives,
They're
right?
not.
They're
It's
just
like
like
magic.
magic
they were.
bullets.
It's like magic juice in bullet shells.
So there's no way to ignite it without.
Like you guys don't really understand what the fuck black shot is.
It's
All
really-
you know is that
I mean,
when
clearly.
it shoots, when it shoots
Explodes
undead,
good. All right.
it explodes. It's green.
Oh,
Like it kills undead dead, which
Yeah.
is you guys know from us. It's really hard to do.
Yeah.
If you're just shooting them normally or hacking them
All right.
normally, you got to take off their heads. You got to take off their legs so they can't run after you. It's hard to kill undead. This does it like butter.
Okay.
Like it's nothing.
All right.
So, but it doesn't explode.
So
Okay.
that's not okay. So that's not the plan then. That's-
So how are we going to transport this stuff?
That is a lot of stuff. I was hoping the bear would bareback us out at some point, or at least we would be
I
able
can't
to
imagine.
strap
Bears
it.
gonna-
Did we? I mean, we were sent out here to recover all this stuff. Did we not have a way to?
We don't have a wagon. There's no wagon.
You weren't given horses
We weren't
by
given
the
horses.
quartermaster.
How
Because
far
everyone's-
away is the quartermaster? Like, could we?
Quartermaster's
Okay, we've
pretty far
secured
away.
this. We know where it is. like-
I'll let you roll. Let's do a research roll if somebody has good research. I'll let you roll a research roll to give you an idea of what else is in this town.
make some
Broken
kind of a
cart.
wagon.
Or try to retcon
Here,
something.
actually,
Well, that's a good roll.
that's a great roll. So, let's do it this way. You flash back to at camp. You are talking to the marshal, and you're really confused as to how the fuck you're gonna get.
If I'm going to keep
6
ripping on the Gandalf motif, there's
14,
going to be
yeah.
giant eagles coming to pick them up in a second.
Yes.
And the marshal looks at you and is like,
No, no.
Well, see, when we're successful, we'll light a tree on fire. And that'll be the signal that you
yeah,
know.
when you see
and then-
when
no,
you see the
because
smoke
but the
rising.
marshal's like, no, we're not. You guys, this is your thing.
Well, we need
Like, it's
extra
like
hands to.
Like, you guys are gonna have to figure out a way to get this across that river. You're gonna have to rig something. You're gonna have to find horses. You're gonna have to do something to get like maybe there's fucking cows over there. Like I don't know. Like you guys are. This is up to you. We really need this black shot. And we need as much of it as possible. So he's thinking. You know, if it's there's a lot. These guys are like woodsmen up there. Like they have to move.
Build a fucking
They have to
map.
Are there-
move
Yeah.
things
Get a
around.
sleigh.
Like there must be something
Oh, yeah,
up
they-
there.
Yeah.
Are there construction materials and there's
So-
buildings, so
or-
there must be planks, so we could make some kind
Like
of
a
a
litter?
floaty.
All right. So
Or-
I
Well, there could be a
because,
barge somewhere along the river. Like
Yeah.
they must have
Oh,
had
yeah.
to transport
because
stuff
he
along
rolled
there,
a 6. Out on the back side of this building, looks like there's something that you would. It's not a cart, but it definitely looks like it would float and then get pulled. So it's almost like a litter, and it looks like you would hook it to a horse.
Okay.
Oh, we can all just pull it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't look at me. I'm in a tree.
No.
All right. Well, now I've just we do in fact need the rookies.
Yeah.
The horse.
So your general thinking is you could easily put all the black shot on this.
Okay.
It's going to be harder to pull through overland, but
If
it
we-
looks like it'll actually go float.
Yeah, well, that's
pretty
fine.
damn
That's
well.
going to be that would have been the hard part otherwise. So let's
So it's
do that.
behind the big building.
Okay.
Okay,
And
just
it
for
looks
me,
like
almost.
basically they use it to fill things, dump it into the creek, push it down to the river, and then bring stuff down.
Okay.
Is there actually like further down the big river? Is there like a rendezvous point or somewhere where we could get the rest
You
of our
know
people
that
to
other
meet and
groups.
pick it up?
You know that other groups are trying to get across the river as fast as possible. Your general feeling is the river's a bad place.
Okay.
Like the river is the thing holding the hordes of undead from just flowing after you guys really fast, and you're using that sort of confusion and that sort of impassable river or hard to pass river as a way to get time to do this.
Okay.
So your thinking is like,
So
we
the-
probably shouldn't float downstream.
Got it.
Living armies are on the east side.
Yep.
And the undead's on
Yep.
the west
And
side.
so we could float down the river to that island area, couldn't we? Because we were right.
That right in the middle.
Yeah. And then try to cross over from there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You think
So-
that would work based on your map? You're like, yeah, that actually.
Let's do it.
All right.
That
Let's
actually
do
makes
it.
some sense. All right, so you guys are fine. You guys have laid. You've got the black shot going. You've got it right next to the river.
Sweet.
I'm going to ask you one last, what do you do at that point? And then we'll cut. Just think about it.
Can we secure it and see?
Secure, and
These
see
guys
about
going?
the rookies.
Yeah.
Secure it and then try to call them back or try to pull people back. Yeah. Mission accomplished, guys. Congratulations. Now we're gonna.
So
At least
they hear
now see.
none of that because their tree is on fire and they've got 12 not dead but really weird folks.
All right, we gotta get
chanting
to.
for them
We gotta
to
move
burn.
off this tree.
Yeah.
What's the nearest?
And
Now
you
there's
guys,
some other-
you guys hear.
Oh, the
Oh my
village.
god.
Yeah.
Uh,
Chanting.
can we look at the city map again?
City map. Yeah.
So we were in those woods along the north edge, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like you guys did go over the river.
Yeah,
and
we're on
then-
the
Yep.
we're on
North
this side of
east.
the creek.
Yep.
How far from the creek are we? How many trees away?
Like three.
Three
It
trees away,
looks
yeah.
like you would.
Okay.
You could roll. Like I know what the. So basically, I'm gonna do it as risky or desperate. Let's say desperate limited.
To maneuver to the river
Yeah,
without
over-
hitting the ground.
Yeah,
That's
without hitting the ground. So
awesome.
you guys could roll that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You will
Yeah.
take. My
What is-
assumption is
if
if
I
you-
have resist on desperate actions, that's different. Resisting is different.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
what
if I
that means
fail,
is that
then
if you fail,
I get an extra
you get
dice
it. Yeah.
to resist the
Yep.
effect.
Yep.
I mean, you're out on a limb here, but I think it's worth trying.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
My best scenario is to end up in a creek without a paddle.
Yeah.
All right. So it is, and you guys could do this as a group thing. I'm
Okay.
fine with that. It is desperate, with limited effect. The outcome is going to be either you fall and
Yeah.
take some harm,
Yeah.
or you, and that's on a failure.
Right.
On a maybe even, it'll be some harm. It'll be something.
Yeah.
and you can resist harm with
You
stress.
can, you can
Yeah, okay.
totally resist harm with stress. On a 4 to 5, you'll make it, but I think you may also take some harm.
As we
scratches,
falling into the-
bruised,
yeah.
concussed, like
Yeah.
something along
Or
those
lose
lines.
gear, maybe.
Yeah, we could. You guys could fucking have gear ripped off of you as
Oh,
you fly
yeah.
through
Or
the
we
things.
drop it just because we're in a.
Yeah, no, I mean you. Could, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that too. So you guys, let's do a group. Let's do a group action.
maneuver?
Yeah,
Is it-
group maneuver, and it's a maneuver.
Yep. I got a 5.
4.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna take 1 stress just Actually, no, you got a 4, so you don't take any stress.
Okay.
You guys both succeeded, but
We're gonna take
here.
Some harm.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if it's low, you take harm, you drop stuff. If it's high, you take harm, you drop stuff. It's low, so
Take harm.
you take harm. You pick 2 things to drop.
How does
Pick a thing to drop.
how does harm work?
Let's choose a harm for you.
I'll use my musket.
Let's choose. Yeah, you use your
That makes sense to drop.
If you
it,
take
like
physical
trying
harm,
to hop across
If
the
you take
river.
physical harm, I feel like the doctor might be able to.
Yeah,
He's
That's
taking-
gonna be-
oh,
that's
I
gonna be
see.
me.
I'm dropping something.
What's your favorite thing to stitch up?
Ooh. Whatever veins closest to the surface.
let's let's do that. Let's call it big gash. Like
big
like
gash.
you're
Okay.
bleeding.
And what level do I
level
put?
Is it
It's
jagged?
level 1.
Jagged.
Yeah.
Jagged gash.
gash.
Jagged. A vicious tear.
Jagged gash.
Was this that or both of these? Or did it
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right.
Dropping my time.
I am harmed. I
So
have
you
been
are-
harmed.
You're in a tree. Let's say this one's actually really close.
Okay.
So and those guys and those folks are like, what the fuck? And they start moving towards that tree.
Now we're sort of closer to the creek.
I'd be fine with you taking a dive
Leaping into
the
the
Yeah.
creek.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right.
That's good.
So
Kinda
you guys hear a splash
Yeah.
and look up and shit's just on fire. But you hear a splash and you hear yelling as these guys and the creek is like it's weird because if you're running you're going slow. But it's not quite deep enough where swimming's super easy.
Sure.
So it's about
Waist.
mid waist. So
Yeah.
you can decide either way.
Scrambling.
Yeah. So you guys see these guys like
rookies inbound.
and behind them are like just the mindless eyes of ex-villagers.
Yeah.
Like not shambling. They're
Covering fire.
moving fast.
I should have taken cover fire, but I didn't. But can I still
Yeah, of course.
covering fire? Do you have a?
So here's what I
ranged-
want to do.
Yeah.
No.
This is you guys.
That's okay. We got injured coming in.
Do it. I want you guys to do maneuver,
Okay.
Well,
and you guys can assist with covering fire.
Okay.
So you could take a stress.
I will take a stress.
Give them an extra.
Is it a group
an extra
roll again,
round.
I do have. There's the holy
There's
symbol
two.
of mercy or the reliquary. Any of these sort of symbols work towards holding things back?
The reliquary, no, because these guys aren't dead. The reliquary would fix your burned hand, but these guys aren't. These guys aren't dead.
Or is it? So do we?
Yeah,
is it a group roll or what? Or do we both
yeah,
get
I mean,
Or
that's-
just 2
we
individuals.
both get
We
a
could
boost?
just do 2 individuals.
And we both get a boost.
Yeah, you both get an extra die.
6.
Covering fire.
All right,
Alright.
you make it no problem.
Yeah.
Um,
Other than my bleeding face.
other than the giant
undead's
fucking
coming.
gash
Yeah.
on your face, which does not feel. It's not pleasant.
Yeah.
It's got sap in it.
Aw.
Yeah, I've had those. It's no good. You trip, and let's say you take level 1 harm, broken arm.
Okay.
Like you basically hit the bottom. Something snaps.
Can I resist that somehow?
You
Really?
can totally resist that. Yep.
How?
So
Is it,
you can take a stress. Right.
One
You,
stress?
you
Two
roll.
stress?
You
No,
roll
you
something.
don't have to roll a resist
Oh right,
roll?
yeah. Roll a resist roll, and that resist roll is going to be in resolve. So 2 dice in the resist roll. Right.
And I get a +1 because it's stubborn.
Cool. Yeah. So 3
Nice.
dice.
Nice.
Yeah, you're resisting this.
Six.
there
Oh,
you
yeah.
go.
Nice.
So you fall.
Does
and
that cost
you-
stress too, or that's a different?
No. Stress would only be if you would still resist it, but then that would cost.
But you
stress.
take stress.
Yep. So you fall. And you get back up and scramble. So
I'm
the
gonna make it.
covering
Should
fire work,
come-
they get to you. There's 10 or so, like, and they're running.
Right.
They're not slow. They're not shambling zombies. They're
Villagers on the hunt.
Yep.
Okay.
So into the raft. We gotta go.
into the raft.
Bloody head. Into the raft.
Is this raft big enough for like people
It's
to get
not.
into?
Do we push alongside
I
it?
mean, I don't want to
Or
refuse
alongside
orders.
it? Get in the raft.
So you guys are so
Get out of the raft.
The raft is in. It looks like there's a path along where they would have horses sort of dragging it down to pull it. So there's a path along that they would have horses drag it all the way down.
Is it buoyant enough that it can at least float at a slow pace?
It 100% is. It's not a slow pace. There's like this creek is moving.
It's a rushing river.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
it's not a river, but it's a like when it rains and this creek gets going. Like the raft. If you let the raft go, you would have to sort of hustle it.
So is it fast?
Cool. So we'll move with it.
Do we think we'd be faster running on land or floating with the river? As
it gets deeper, you'll probably be faster floating. No.
I don't think we should separate.
No,
from
it's
the
about
raft.
at a running. It's about at running speed.
Especially because when we clear, well, there we are. When we clear that village and we start getting the big river, we don't want to not.
Well, we're already in the river.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
I mean,
we'll just stay here.
Let's do this one last. Let's do one last maneuver roll to figure this out. Let's do it as a group maneuver roll. So I need somebody to lead who doesn't have a lot of stress.
I've got a lot of stress.
I can lead.
Got a lot of
I have no
right
stress.
So you're leading. Everybody, roll for maneuver.
now. Everybody.
That's a success.
I gotta fail.
2.
Got a
That's a
6.
success. What's that? It's a 4.
Sorry, that was mine.
So you'll take 2 stress.
Check my Legion book status. I'm always stressed.
All right. So
It's like
here's
they said,
the
whatever doesn't
here's-
kill you will
here's
only make
the
you
deal.
traumatized.
I want lots of traffic.
You
That's my
guys,
goal here.
you guys get on the raft. The raft is moving. You, as you move out of town, you pass a stable with horses.
Oh, nay.
You're moving. And the horses are just like, oh.
I shoot one. Where were you when we needed you?
And I flog it.
So my assumption is you guys are sort of holding onto the raft, sort of moving, floating, bouncing, going. Those guys are hauling ass after you, but out of the fucking woods, the horned one just barrels into them and rips them apart. Unfortunately, right behind her is a thing almost as large as her, made up of a bear head, a fucking boar's head coming out of its side. It's got 12 weird legs, only 4 of which are touching the ground, and it is screaming something crazy, but it is also bleeding. She rips through the villagers, and basically turns, looks at you guys. You guys are pretty clear. Gets into a fight with this thing and then takes off. So this thing is like definitely this giant thing that is also an amalgam of stuff.
Right, like
Is
a growing
wounded
bug.
and moving away from you guys, and she takes off in the woods.
Lure it off.
After it or not?
No, to see if it will follow her, and it's like, and it actually just decides it's done, like
Grin and bear it.
yeah. So she's off back towards where you guys came from. This
Make
thing
her
is
the pun
basically
master
off
instead of
back
the
towards
warmaster.
back towards the hamlet.
And we've never seen anything like that before, and those grown weirdnesses.
We have to
of
make
the-
sanity checks.
No,
That's good intel.
that's the scene. That's the mission.
Oh.
Nice.
You guys
Oh, we made
get
it.
across. You guys get down, and you end up bringing all but one. Since you opened it.
It was like this when we found
And
it.
you get back, and the quartermaster's like,
Why are you double baked the lead with black shot?
there were 14, and you've got extra black shot.
Oh, that's not where the black shot is on my person.
Oh, no.
Wait, I mean, they're in my back pocket. What is it? I'm
All right.
noble. I've got pockets.
So that changes to the next stage of this, and we're making good time. This
Nice.
is great.
Can we take a brief break?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
take a
take
brief
5.
break, and then we'll
Brief
move
break.
into at the camp.
That's a hard 5, people. Hard 5.
Except for Mark, he gets to keep talking.
Oh my god,
Right?
it's so
Well, it's
cold
like
in
very
here.
interesting
Lovely
because
audience.
when you have sort of stress back in camp, is that how you can remove some of that stuff?
Some of it, Michael can remove some of it. There's the one of the abilities on the.
That's really cool.
Is it the
Oh, so now we're going to camp. Now we've got camp rules. I don't know if anybody has any questions, but it'd be a good time. So funny. I don't want to leave you here, but I also
You should.
have to use a camp break.
I don't think there's anybody actually watching, which is fine.
I think that's
I've got to find.
Let's see.
So I thought I printed out.
five.
Nice,
Oh,
perfect.
5 people.
Hello.
Hello.
One of them's probably me.
One of them's
them's on that
probably
machine.
me. But surely there's a friend or two.
So I have Commander, Spy Master, Lore Keeper,
Oh, Spy Master.
and
I
there's
would play
one
this.
more. There is the Marshal. Where is the Marshal?
What in the hey?
What's that?
Oh, this. These monitors are inversed.
Marshal. There's Marshal. There we go.
Okay, got it. I have to accept our own chat rules.
What was your chat? You have to accept the chat rules.
I love it. Yo, live. All right, that's cool. All right, and I love your stylings, Matt. I haven't had a chance to actually see you in action. I dig it.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's. I love watching my friends. Everybody has different ref styles, you know, and it's like it's cool to see how everybody describes things differently and adjudicates differently and stuff like that. I think it's cool. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. At this point, we've got to figure out post-mission bullshit. See if I can find it. Yeah, they missed the horses. I did horses for them. Just had to look around the rest of the fucking town. Had horses. There was more supply. These things, they happen. Best laid plans. Mission. Mission reward. Gotta figure that out. Jesus, so much cool shit. There's always this idea that I need to print so much stuff. And I print too much. I always print less. Alright, after the mission. There we go. After the mission. Select roles. Right, so the broken, they had to deal with blighter and breaker.
You know what those things? Do we know about those things?
Yeah, you have a general, and we can talk a little bit about it as we get into it. You didn't actually run into any of Blighter's creatures on this one. These were all breakers.
Breaker.
So basically, breakers.
Was Breaker that big hideous thing?
No, that's
That was a
render.
creation.
Yeah, that's one you guys did. That's one you guys didn't pick.
Oh, okay.
So Breaker, she has the witches who make sort of the coven witches,
Right.
And so she makes these basically hexed.
Right.
And so that was that. And you guys know that the weird amalgam things were new for you guys, but definitely felt like they were hers.
I've seen Full Metal Alchemist. There's
They weren't new for you,
right. But for Dash, they were terrifying.
This was basically the horned one fighting a named enemy,
Yep.
a chimera, which is what you saw at the end.
The boar bear thing.
The multi-headed weird thing, and she was kicking its ass. However, she was one tick away from leaving.
Gotcha. So she wouldn't have been there to cover our escape if we had taken
We
it
would have had to
longer.
fight it.
Yep, yeah. That I literally would have made you guys do something. Like fighting this
Or
thing is
escape.
not.
But something to get it off of
pleasant.
us.
It's like a level 4 threat.
Eat a rookie.
Yeah. throw a rookie. Throw a rookie to the wind.
You seem hangry. Have you had a rookie today?
Which mouth should I feed this to?
I love. So was that the basic size of a mission, or I mean, I assume they can go a little bit
They're
longer.
usually
than that.
They're usually. I've seen them take anywhere from like 30 minutes, like for really fast ones.
Yeah.
Up to like an hour and a half for sort of multi-stage ones, and it really depends on how bad your rolls are. Like your guys' rolls were pretty good. I mean, some of you have a lot of stress.
I
Yeah,
have a
we
lot of stress.
filled up our stress tracks pretty far,
Uh,
and that can really cascade. Like
it gets really bad.
the little bit I played of Blades in the Dark, that was the thing that can really sink you. Is you think you're fine spending a bunch of stress to as a resource, and then if you don't clear it properly for the next mission, it can turn into real problems you have to deal with.
Yep. Yeah. And there's the ways to clear it are sort of at the camp.
Are we gonna do the XP stuff? And
Yep. Yeah. So the next set is there's a bunch of after the mission.
That's cool.
Nice.
I do. I like the size
I
of
gotta
those
go to the
missions.
bathroom.
I think it's very conducive to like a single night's play session.
Yeah,
You
that's
string
the whole
those
point.
together.
Is they try to do mission and then at camp.
Yeah.
And
in
then
some
a
order.
campaign move.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
in 3 hours.
Yeah,
That's about
it's
how
ideal. I think
Yeah.
it's really neat. It reminded me a lot of of like different board games. Like I was thinking of Dead of Night.
Yeah.
And the ones like that, right? Where it's like you have like little story skirmishes, you go out and
Yep.
do stuff, but then you've got like the meta management.
Dead of Winter.
Dead of Winter, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all of the Crossroads, all those Crossroads games.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, I like the go out. Here's what you're doing out. Here's
Yeah.
what you're handling back at home.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very cool. Oh, and we also have, for those watching, today, Seventh Continent at
Yeah.
1:30.
Yep, at 1:30, board game extraordinaire Matt Teitelbaum's going to come
Mhm.
in and teach some of us how to play Seventh Continent,
That's what I hear.
which is about
Longer.
you're cursed and you're trying to lift a curse is what it's about or something.
So, I only played it one time.
Okay.
But it's like you explore an island. You have, I think, procedural objectives. I don't know that it's the same thing every time. But
Yeah.
exploring the island ultimately is what it is, and the island's built procedurally based on cards that you're pulling. And then when we were doing it, we were trying to actually recover. I think go to some certain locations and recover some stuff.
But your objectives might be different times
I
you
think
play?
so. I believe
Interesting.
so. It's been a while since I played it,
Okay.
but that's what I believe
really-
is true.
I just realised as we were on the barge on the way back, I actually don't have any ability to do first aid.
Did you not take any points in Doctor?
I do take, but I've got the not today. If you're really, really, really badly wounded, I can help you and bring
my
you back
God.
one level and stabilize you. But if you're slightly wounded, it's
I Doctor.
Do Doctor.
I can, I can have a go. I'll probably.
But that's not your specialty.
My forte is
Yeah.
people that are really sort of ripped apart.
Right.
stabilizing
You're
them.
just like you're a trauma surgeon.
Yes.
Yeah.
What
yes.
you are.
Flying. How do we go on?
Didn't you triage this patient? Send them to the surgeon practitioner or whatever.
So if you're gonna hurt yourselves, do it spectacularly.
I was trying.
You did a pretty good job of that.
I'm stopping and starting the stream because we dropped again. And there's